What?
Do one jump in a bard.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome in. We are back. We got Chris for one more week. He has managed to sufficiently fuck his back up enough to be here for one more game. I want to thank y'all for being in here. Me Aves coming in bright and early. Appreciate you. Thank you for shouting me out in my own stream. I appreciate you. You guys are the best. Kayla as well. Thank you for doing that. And shouting out me yet again as well. That feels good. Shout out me. We love that. I appreciate y'all coming in. Kieran, how you doing, buddy? Sir Citrus, how are you, buds? Thanks for the band practice the other day. It was really fun. Had a good time. So, as you can all see, we are unfortunately down a Mr. Maker yet again this week. And no guests to fill in. So it's just the old party of three. Kind of back to how it used to be a little. We love that. Mantuka, you have advantage on a roll of your choosing. Make sure to remember
Praise Mogus.
that shit. Praise Mogus indeed. Peter.
Everybody watch my cat lick his balls.
Oh, nice. Nice. God damn. There. It just be like that sometimes. You gotta lick your own balls. But yeah, we thank you guys all for showing up tonight and being here. Y'all are the best. Thank you for, making us a part of your Monday evenings. Looking forward to seeing where this campaign goes, and I am just up to my neck in planning for the next one. I'm already getting hyped up for that, because this one's basically written. I'm very, very excited. So we're going to be streaming that Wednesdays at noon Eastern time, so 1 p.m. for anyone joining us in the Atlantic coast here. We're going to be doing some light world building for a couple hours every afternoon until I'm a little more comfortable with the world, and then we're going to start, and I'm going to build it from there as we go. Should be good. Peter, I do believe you have yourself a little business that you need to discuss. There you go. There's a shout out for you.
Very true, very true. Things are exciting. I got my filament printer back up. It was down for a little bit.
We
got
love
a new
that.
resin printer coming friggin' Wednesday. We are cooking with new stuff. Nice, beautiful creations. It's a can holder that you can actually roll your dice right there as well. I know I hate to do this right before Remembrance Day, but we're already working on Christmas. We've got some Christmas ornaments. We are mass producing an owl bear and oh my god, what is this? Cthulhu. That's a little taste for you. There's way more to come. I just don't want to spoil it all yet.
Oh yeah, well it all looks good. I can't wait to get some ornaments. That's gonna be right on my tree this year. I can't wait. It's gonna be a D&D Christmas at the Adair house.
Ooh.
We're looking
There's
forward to
only
it.
one type of Christmas, and it better be D&D.
Drunk. As long as one of the D's stands for drunk, we got Christmas nailed. So,
Drunk and drugged.
Mogus approves. You're damn right, Mogus approves. That being said, unless anyone else has anything they'd like to discuss, other than Stuart, who is still just going to town over there.
Just going to
getting
town on
He's
himself.
just getting a leg up on the competition.
Get out. Leave right now. Someone put another placeholder cam in for Stanislav. I'm putting the art up as we speak. That's too cute. You can stay, but you have to leave that up the rest of the game. I'd much rather see that. Okay, so without further ado, let's hop into the recap for this evening. When we last left off, the party, having sailed along the coast of Eldris before starting to make their turn towards Pillarstone, encountered a poor, shipwrecked individual wearing Imperium kind of clothing, sailing under the flag of the Magus Imperium as well. Seemed to be a merchant of some kind who had been pushed onto the rocks by some kind of waves, his ship sinking in the process, most of his crew laying dead around him or already claimed by the ocean. He's standing there just burnt on the skin, dry skin peeling from layers and layers of sunburn, flagging you down desperately. You all stop to help this individual who does reveal himself to be a merchant who sails with the Imperium exclusively. He was transporting a large sum of goods, including a substantial ransom for an individual that he had not yet mentioned, down below, and that had unfortunately sunk into the depths. The party, with some encouragement from their new robotic friend, fully autonomous pirate, or FAP for short, decided they maybe wanted to pursue this treasure a little bit. However, due to some unfortunate circumstances, a storm began to blow in off the southern portion of the Bay of Sorrows and kind of worked its way up this almost like funnel-like cliff sides towards you up the bay, eventually coating your ship in a heavy rain, winds and thunder and lightning going off in all directions, barely managing to hold on to the deck. All of it.
Very frightening me.
Exactly. Eventually, 72. Okay, that actually works thematically with the 72 weather check. So, you all desperately scrambled to get the ship ready to leave, while Gregory, in an impromptu impulse decision, decided to jump into the water and see what he could claim from the depths below. Down there, you found half a ship that had broken off when smashed into these rocks and slowly sunk. An iron grate, keeping what appeared to be a massive hoard of goods and treasure behind it. You quickly used magic missile to deal with that situation very promptly. At which point you found a number of chests, one that had been smashed open, revealing piles upon piles of gold that had spilled out of it. In a desperate attempt to claim whatever you could before the storm rolled in, you summoned a quadra of octopi, who you got to essentially help you carry goods up to the top, two managing to grab two small chests, the other two attempting to suction cup whatever they could up from the deck or the submerged deck of the ship. One managing to grab what appeared to be like a map or scroll case or something, and just a little bit of pocket change here and there. You quickly swam it up to the boat and were loaded on shore after turning into a shark and then turning back once loaded onto the ship. Quite an acrobatic flip onto the shore as we got to see Shark Gregory yet again. All together as a crew, kind of filling in for the members you lost previously during your fight with the Assassin's Guild, you all set sail trying to escape the worst of the storm. At which point you fought through several waves, different rushing winds kept changing directions on you no matter what you tried to do, and eventually coming face to face with a massively tall rogue wave that was slowly just creeping its way towards you. Also, 20 feet, like I said, is quite small for a rogue wave. They go up to 100 on average upon further research, so I wasn't crazy. 20 is a baby. Still big for your tiny ass ship, though. Anyway, with Mantuka and fully autonomous pirate holding the helm for dear life, you steered the ship straight through the wave, cresting out the other side. Unfortunately, the two of you were unable to maintain your grip, and the both of you almost flew off the back of the ship as the force of the wave pushed you off the helm. Both of you, however, managing to grab on to the small rowboat that had been affixed to the back. And I do believe we ended our session as you guys were rushing down the back of this rogue wave, kind of out of the worst of the storm, the kind of churning mass of this almost hurricane-like weather now behind you. However, based on that check by Kieran, you do still find yourselves in just a heavy torrential downpour. The winds have lessened and are kind of centraled more towards the storm now, but it's hard for you to get any momentum beyond what you can catch as you're coming down the back of a wave. However, you all turn and, like I said last session, see that the helm is empty, and then just beyond it, holding on to the back of the rowboat with desperate looks in their eyes, is fully autonomous pirate and Mantuka, their feet in the air, just flailing in the wind as you are rushing down the back of this massively tall wave. What are you all doing? Mantuka and Fap, I'm gonna say you guys are just holding on for dear life right now. Both Fap's using both hands.
Like the helm right now,
you guys got brushed off the helm by the force of the wave and managed to grab the back of the rowboat on the way out. So I don't have an exact map for the storm. I can show you approximately what you look at.
I am handcuffed to the very front of the boat.
You are. So see this see this rowboat back here that I'm pinging? You guys are holding on to that, just flailing in the wind, your feet in the air. But you are still attached. However, I must say you guys are just holding on desperately, and it's up to someone to help you at this point. Stanny, you just see that they're gone. Like, you do not see them holding on for dear life behind you at this point from your vantage point. There is just no one currently steering the ship, and you are handcuffed at the fore. Gregory, you on the other hand were just holding on for dear life. What are you doing?
Do I see Fap and
Mantuka? Oh, yeah. Just flailing in the air, holding on for dear life.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
I didn't like the order of you realizing who was there first. It should always be me first, not the other white meat, okay? Just so we're clear.
Alphabetical.
I love it.
It's gonna be diabetical real soon.
He's just so cute. Damn, I think... Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to try and do. Gregory holding on with one hand and goes into his little sweatpant combo and cracks off a piece of the mask and goes, just help, please. Throws it towards them and it just plops into the water, and I'd like to cast Conjure Animal, and I would like to conjure 2 giant octopi this time.
We're
Just
going
2.
for 2. Okay, 2 octopi.
That's all I can
Easily
do
done.
right now.
Mantuka, as you're flailing, you look down in the ocean and see these 2 octopi just appear beneath you both and are now keeping pace with the boat as they too are riding the momentum off the back of this wave.
They're quite fast, so
They
I
are
was
quite fast. Yep.
I was
I would like a
listening-
hero pose, like one leg on either one, and just like hero pose and like hunker down.
Roll me an acrobatics check, please.
Yeah,
No,
they're
fuck
definitely
this.
like
Surf the
cresting.
octopi.
Yeah, they're trying to give you some stability here. So this is you trying to hold
Acrobatics?
on.
This is the
And
worst I think.
essentially water ski.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay, 22.
22.
Okay, so it's easily enough done.
Fucking right.
You feel your hooves connect with something solid for the first time as you've been kicking and just grazing off the top of the water. You feel something connect, and then you realize that you actually have support. And the 2 octopi just kind of nudge their way up and lift you forward onto the boat, and you're now held at about half waist and can kind of start to pull yourself up. Just make me a quick athletics check, please. Easy peasy. Easily
You
done.
can call me Doc Ock.
Yeah, in just a feat of pure a feat of pure strength. Just start pulling yourself up, dragging your way over the rowboat, and find yourself eventually onto the deck of the Current once more. The ship is still like awkwardly just turning now on the back of this wave as no one is holding the helm while this is happening, and it has begun to spin somewhat perilously at this point as you're kind of turning down the back of this wave. What's up?
I would like to thank the sea creatures, and then I would like to run to the helm and try to like, grab hold of it, try to grab control of the, if I can. If there's a like, depending on the
So it's
structural
begun
damage
to
or
just
whatnot.
start like spin at a very fast rate, so it's going to be a strength saving throw to just try and catch it and hold it with all of your strength before losing it in your grip.
Stanley, get over here and bring your god too. We might need him.
Stanley, you're still handcuffed. What'd you do with the key? Where'd you put the key?
What key? I've had these
Worst time
manacles
for
since
bondage ever.
basically day
That's
one,
the
and
answer.
I've never had keys. So I did this out of impulse.
So you hear
not by-
Mantuka yelling for your help over there, and Stanley, you're like just yanking on this fucking...
Okay, I'll be right there, and I'm gonna cast Bless on the 3 of us real quick.
What's the range on that?
30 feet. What can I get?
I think you're from the front of the boat. No, you can get halfway up the ship. So none of them.
Oh,
That's
never mind.
55 feet,
Yeah, no, that. Never mind that. I'm gonna just grab my hammer and try and break the manacles.
Okay. Real quick, roll me just a melee attack against that. Peter, or Mantuka, you are gonna have to make this save by yourself. There is no help coming this turn.
20.
If you want to wait for Stanley, you can, but you risk the ship turning even further. 23.
Ready your god to be better.
Okay, so you
And then I'm gonna
slide
run
the
to this-
warhammer down and just break the chain and roll your damage, actually. You do hit. Mantuka, go ahead and roll me that strength saving throw, please.
Strength saving throw.
Yeah,
I
you're
would
just
love to do
trying to catch it and brute strength stop it from turning in its place. This is a little too peaceful for we're in the middle of a
19.
storm music. Go back to the battle playlist. Okay, 19 is plenty. So you do manage to break the chain with your hammer, but even as you do that, you see Mantuka step up, brace one leg, and just grip the wheel, absorb the momentum of it, and hold fast as the ship just begins to catch itself and kind of steadily, diagonally make its way down the back of this wave. You are still, like, the hair is blowing all of your... the wind is blowing all of your hair back, not the hair is blowing all of your wind back. My brain works great, I promise. It works so good. It's so good. You guys are
Spray
just
smoke us for the
speeding
hair
down the
flip.
back of this wave. Fap is still just hanging on for dear life. His little gnomish legs too high above the surface of the water to catch on to your octopi. What do you want to do? He is a gnomish individual, technically. He is a warforged, but he is gnome-sized. Mostly because I don't have the DLC, or the book, not the DLC, for the gnome Warforged from the new modules. So he's just a little too short right now for him to make contact with your octopi. What are you doing? Stanny, you're out at this point. You're just like making your way up the ship.
I just escaped, yeah.
Yeah, you smash the chain, and there's half a monocle still attached to the railing where you were affixed to, and the other still...
Can I start running back?
Yeah, easily enough. Yep.
Okay,
yeah, with your full movement, you can basically get up onto the top deck there, or the kind of raised deck in the back. You see Fap just holding on, his feet flailing in the wind, while Mantuka is just holding the wheel, just steady, his muscles bulging and veins popping out in his arms as he's doing so. What are you guys doing? Fap's holding on. I'm going to make a check for Fap. He's just going to try to hold on. Dude. It's not looking good. You see one hand come loose, and he's holding on now with one hand. He's, some help, please. He's holding on.
I thought you meant come loose, like comes off.
Bing! The arm just like flails away. No, he can't hold on with that hand anymore. So he's got one hand on. Some help, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Gee, oh god, I don't want to move from this holding spot.
Or just kind of swimming behind the boat like a pair of dolphins almost. It's almost weird looking.
I want to will/scream for one of the octopi to jump onto the boat.
Okay. Roll me an acrobatics? Athletics. Yeah, I would say acrobatics for the octopus, so just a dexterity check.
Boop! Okay! Hell yeah!
Oh, nat 19.
Just takes off out of the water, its tentacles floating behind it as it does so majestically, and lands on the rowboat and just suctions itself on.
That was incredible! I'm gonna call you Graceful. Alright, Graceful, help her! Help the little metal thing!
Just slaps its tentacles towards it and moves towards Fap. I don't want to keep calling him Fap, but I have to. It's just so faster. Cute, it's so much faster than fully autonomous pirate. Motherfucker.
Little fippity fappity.
And it quickly just suction cups onto his metal body and begins pulling him onto the boat. It's easy enough to do. He's not very big. And it is a fairly large creature. So, with relative ease, Fap finds himself now sitting in the boat with octopus tentacles just sticking to his torso. He begins popping them off one by one. Kind of looks at you expectantly.
This is Graceful. I just named her.
Hello, Graceful. Thank you for saving my ass.
This is a beautiful moment.
She just pause for a second.
Can we act again?
Yeah, at this point you guys are out of the worst of it. It's just heavy rain. The ship is gradually filling with water, so that may be something you have to mitigate at some point. You feel even now as you're trying to maneuver it, it's beginning to drag a little more. You're notice looking over the edge, the surface of the ocean is a little closer to the edge of the rails than it was before. So it definitely looks like you've taken on some water, but I am comfortable enough to say that for the most part, you guys have reached far enough into the bay that you are out of the very worst of the storm. At this point, the waves have settled. It is just a steady sheet of rain falling on the ocean. It is almost deafening to you. Just
Greg doesn't know this. He's still screaming.
So, you guys doing good? You having a good time?
Hag Tuka's still there. Did anyone else notice? Baba Tuka's still in that accent. I love it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you sounded a little bit like this. How you doing?
Mantuka, life-changing experiences give Mantuka a new accent. It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
This is how
I love it.
level thought from now on as well.
How you doing, Nerdala? Welcome to.
Mantuka has split personalities, and I'm here for it.
And it's just being revealed now for the first time.
So the captain now comes over to you, Mantuka.
Yeah, where is the captain?
He was issuing order. He was on the front of the boat, making sure people were manning the sails. He already has people bailing water out of the boat. Mantuka offered to take the helm and hold it steady while he dealt with the rest of the crew. So him and Goldtooth are quickly scrambling around, making sure everyone's doing what they need to be doing. But he comes over to you, Mantuka. Thank you. I think I can take it from here. Kind of
I will begrudgingly give up control of the helm.
You're a fine helmsman if you're interested in the position. Figured you'd be moving on to bigger and better things, though. And he kind of steps up to the wheel and just gets a feel for it in his hands again, and you see him take in the holy shit, I almost just lost my ship in a storm kind of moment, where he just, like...
Lost his life in a storm.
He doesn't care about that. He's a Triton.
Oh.
He's a Triton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, water
He'll be
doesn't...
fine.
Yeah, that's his happy place. Yeah, that's his home. But, like, this ship is... You can tell now in this moment that it means an awful lot to him. You all did well. I think the crew can handle the water in the bottom. If you see anything around damage that you can help out with, please do so, but otherwise I think it's just trying to sail to smooth the seas at this point. Well done. All of you. Kind of
Thank you.
Wax fap on his metal chest. You as well, little man. If you don't mind, head below and see if you can help out down there. Right away, sir. And he just makes his way down into the
Coming to it. I just run alongside of him.
Yeah, so like you make your way down into the bottom of the deck and you find it filled with probably 1.5 feet of water at this point. Like it is a pretty substantial buildup of water that you guys took on during that. And like they're already pumping it out and beginning to like bucket out some of the water that they have handy with whatever they can. But like it's a slow process. Immediately, Fap runs down and grabs like a small, what looked like maybe like a wine keg at one point, and he just pops the top off of it and begins grabbing water and handing it out. They kind of form a chain leading out the door, and just pass buckets of water up and then pass them back down and have like a kind of a constantly rotating chain going. And slowly you start to see the water dissipate. If there's anything you all would like to do to help or anything on the ship you would like to do in any way, now is your chance. Mending Mouse, okay. You do
see
notice
him pop out, and instead of his glasses, it's a little pair of goggles and a little homemade snorkel out of a little reed. And he's just going under the water, and he's trying to like patch it up so it doesn't keep leaking.
Yeah, so like as far as you can tell, there's like a couple small leaks here and there, but 90% of this water came in from you splashing through the crest of that wave and it just filling your ship as you did so. The rain is still actively contributing. Like you see water running down the stairs from the raindrop on the upper deck. A lot of it is draining off as it is designed to do so, but they can't get it all. So you're kind of... It's not filling up as fast as the crew are emptying it, but it's definitely making their work take longer.
I almost said I like to think I would. Let's Nope. I just keep trying to fix the floor.
Easily done. Yeah, you and the Mending Mouse spend like the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so sealing up every possible leak in this place. Essentially the floor, you can't see it because it's still underwater. But like by the time this is drained, the floor is gonna look all spick and span, all resealed and everything.
Like the day it was made.
The water is still, it's going down, but not as quickly as you would think it would be for the amount of work that they're doing right now. Stanny and Mantuka,
great job!
you hear Mending Mouse just squeaking occasionally under the water.
Through a little reed, just
pops
all
back
you can
up and
see is a
pops the
little leaf.
snorkel out like. Snorkel back
The
in.
snorkel doesn't work great, does it, little buddy?
You see a little, like, the snorkel goes under for a brief second, and then there's like a cough, and a little pile of bubbles comes out.
Yep.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Put that on the list for things for Maker.
Scuba
Tiny
tank.
little-
Scuba tank for the Mending Mouse.
The longer snorkel for mouse. Got it.
Oh my god.
This is
I love it.
happy. So,
Notes to self.
Mantuka and Stanislav. That's going to take Gregory a bit of time. What are you guys getting up to?
Yeah.
The captain now is just sailing farther and farther away from the storm at this point.
We have a headlight too.
You do, yeah. There is actively still a dagger stabbed in the figurehead of the ship, emanating daylight from it. At a certain point, the captain's like, "Why is the front of my ship glowing?"
Oh, I did that so that we could see better when it was really bad.
You
Turn it off
just
if you'd like.
enchant the figurehead, or what? Kind of steers the wheel over.
No, not exactly.
Explain.
I used a knife.
What do you mean you used a knife?
It was just a heat of the moment thing, and I panicked and did it.
You stabbed my figurehead.
Well, I did it to save the ship.
Thank you. Maybe next time you could save my figurehead. And you see him smile like he's clearly just giving you fucking shit for the sake of giving you shit.
Yeah.
Stabbed my figurehead. Is that a euphemism?
He nods.
I'm just
at you.
gonna keep. Oh shit! Sorry. I'm just gonna keep helping out with the ships and like the sails and like even just fucking running water and stuff like that, like helping purge the ship and.
Okay, easily done at this
Bucket
point.
away.
The sails are locked in pretty tight. You're kind of just keeping an eye on them. At one point, you notice the winds kind of pick up a little bit, and the ship gets a little bit of a push, and one of the ropes that was tied on, holding the sail in place, kind of comes loose and begins flailing, and the back corner of the sail kind of starts flapping in the wind. So roll me a dexterity saving throw to just try and catch that rope and get it retied up. I think Peter lagged out. He's either thinking...
Uh-oh.
There he is!
There he is.
What's up, buddy?
Hey.
How much of that did you hear?
Absolutely none.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
I was saying, as you were kind of helping man the ropes and everything, you catch like a strong gust of wind that comes off the tail end of this storm there, and one of the ropes that was affixed comes like loose and begins flapping in the wind. So the bottom right of your main sail is kind of just flapping loosely at this point. So roll me a dexterity saving throw to try and catch the rope that's just flailing in the wind right now and try to get it reaffixed and.
So I can see this.
Yeah, oh yeah. Advantage. It's not necessarily a danger, though it is a thick-ass piece of
Nat
rope,
20.
and if it, like, whipped around and caught you, you'd probably feel it pretty fucking good. Nat 20 didn't come through the chat. I'm gonna
I
trust you.
I
I'm gonna
witnessed
trust
it.
you. I'm trusting you.
saw
You
it
just,
in
with one
Imperium.
hand, effortlessly reach out and, like, sling it around the rope, and then just roll me a quick survival check to try and get a nice knot tied in there.
Not
If you're not proficient in survival, I'll let you add your
I
proficiency
am.
because you have sailing proficiency as well.
Are you not proficient?
17.
17 is more than enough.
Sweet.
So you quickly get it tied up and
Take that
wrapped
knot.
and get a really tight knot tied in it, expertly done. Don't think that's going to be coming loose again. You managed to keep the sails well maintained, and I'll say you spend the rest of the time just doing that. Stanny, apart from the brief conversation with the captain, is there anything you're doing to help?
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab Goldtooth and see if he wants to have a little chit chat with this merchant. I have a couple questions for him.
Oh, true.
Hmm.
So Goldtooth is leading the line, bailing out the ship. Like, he's right down there in the lead. Your prisoner,
seeing
you
that.
would know, is also sealed, is also chained up down there. They brought him down before the storm went down, and someone saw to him. So he's just
They
kind of...
handcuffed him?
Yep.
Sick.
He's an Imperium
perfect.
sailor on their ship. Of course they fucking handcuffed him. So you find him just handcuffed, hands behind his back in the lower deck. I can show you on the map where exactly. Boop.
I'm currently a purple tiefling. Don't forget.
You still are disguised self. Fair enough. So he is
I'm not disguised self, I'm in my disguise kit.
Yeah, you're in your disguise kit. He is currently tied up just like right here. There's a small iron ring on the wall that he is affixed with his hands behind his back to. He's knee deep in water at this point, and you can see he's gone up onto his knees to try to to avoid getting soaked, and even now it's about halfway up his calves. His hands are just behind his back. Do you mind?
Oh no, not at all. And I'm gonna be purposely nice to this guy. I'm gonna go help him and kind of like grab a chair or something, get him
Sure.
off the ground. Yeah.
He kind of like he lifts up, and like his hands aren't quite as up as far now. They're kind of comfortably, kind of has to awkwardly sit on the side of the chair so his hands stay where they are. That's better. My feet are still quite wet, but that's fine.
Are you thirsty or hungry? Can I get you Something to drink or eat?
I'm fine. Fresh water would be acceptable, actually.
Sure. And Stanny's gonna basically just take out his water skin and
His hand's still tied. He
something
kind
in
of
the guy's
just, like,
mouth.
yeah, he
Yep.
just leans forward and accepts it.
Mhm.
You see, like, a very palpable, like, noticeable relief, like, hit this man's face as he gulps down some of the water. He kind of leans forward to get a little more. Thank you. It's been a long few days
Welcome.
out there.
I can imagine. And to be through a crash like what you went through, I can't imagine how you must feel.
I'd say I got the easy end of it, wouldn't you? I'm alive. My crew are not.
You make a good point.
I don't suppose you found anything. I saw the boy jump in before we left.
He's a bit more talented than meets the eye, but yeah, no, we managed to save some.
But what did you save?
Thanks for a sec. A couple of chests, some sort of scroll or map case of some kind, some loose coins.
Was there a silver chest with it?
DM was there. Not that I recall.
So it's still down there. Believe
Sounds like it, yep.
me when I tell you, we must go back.
Alright, well, what's in it that makes it so desperate for us to return?
I'm not exactly sure. Needless to say, when I took it upon my vessel, it was heavily guarded by members of the Imperium military, and it was closely, it was kept all secret from the crew except for me and my first mate. I have no idea what's inside, but I know it's very powerful if the Imperium had a guard that heavy on it.
Can I roll an insight check on him? See if he's lying
Sure.
about knowing what's in it?
Yeah, go ahead.
18. That's good.
He's definitely trying to cover something up. You're not sure if he does know what was inside or not. He's definitely not giving you everything you want. Like, he's definitely hiding some stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm playing nice cop right now, so I'm gonna just silently take him out.
Mhm.
Well, if it's that important, then I mean, I'll bring it up to the rest of the crew, but I would probably be in our best interest to go and get it.
It might be. Not to mention the wealth that was held below. I'll make you a deal.
I'm listening.
Take me back, help me recover what was ever down there, and I will give you half of all of the monetary value. I must get that chest to where it belongs. Damn the gold, damn everything else. It's yours. Oh, he smiles. Half of it, at least. I do have to buy a new ship after all.
That won't be cheap.
You're telling me.
Tell you what, we have a deal. And
You sure you don't want to discuss that with your friends first?
I
Deal.
think they'll agree.
Half.
Half?
But that silver chest is mine.
Of course.
Half. And he, like, kind of shakes his arm a little, like he was gonna go to shake with you, but is currently chained up.
Stanislav awkwardly reaches around and like shakes his handcuffed hand.
I was going to suggest perhaps you could just take them off.
I would love to, but it's unfortunately not up to me. I'll take it up with the captain though.
Please do. They're rather tight. We gotta
All right, I'll be
hydrate.
back.
Thank you, Insomnia.
And Stanislav's just gonna nod at him and walk up.
He sits in his chair, kind of twiddling his thumbs. Goldtooth kind of nods to you as you go past. What was all that about?
Come on, I'll tell you and the rest of the crew.
Busy at the moment. Take it up with the captain.
All right.
He just keeps
And,
shoveling away. And like literally just bucket after bucket of water. And at this point, the rain has begun to slow, so it's just like a small trickle coming down the stairs at this point, and there's only about probably a few inches of water left in the boat, to the point that eventually they're just like, okay, this is as good as it's gonna get, and they leave like a small puddle kind of in the center where the boat kind of meets. But for the most part, they manage to deal with the crisis. As you go up, Silvo sees you.
Nice.
How's it going down there?
I'm gonna. It looks like it's going pretty good. Gregory Mantuka, can you come over here?
Gregory kind of like comes up from downstairs. What?
I lumber over.
Oh,
Come on, I've got some
yeah,
news.
you coming?
Captain, just one hand on the wheel, kind of turns to look at you as you're speaking. At this point, he's sailing with one hand. It's just a heavy rain, no more real heavy waves or anything like that.
I'll bring us over to him so that we can talk quietly.
Oh,
So I had a little chat with the merchant that is locked up downstairs. Apparently, there's something down there that it seems like he'd be willing to risk the lives of another one of his crews to get. And he offered us half of the gold on that trip if we can go help him get it.
Did he say how much was down there?
No, he didn't, but Gregory, you saw, right?
it's quite a bit.
Nick, Kieran,
was-
thanks for coming, buddy. I appreciate you. Have a good snooze.
There was about, and I try my best to sort of estimate in pounds.
I mean, just what you could see, there was about 6 or 7 chests, and you managed to grab 2 or 2.5 of them, I think. 2 and
mean,
one
it was-
open one, yeah, so.
It was already too much for 4 giant octopi to carry, so it's quite a bit.
Okay.
I think he mentioned
I
something
gotta go
about a
pop
mini-
upstairs and take a call real quick while you guys discuss this. I will be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he mentioned something about a multi-thousand gold bounty of some sort that he has on him.
On him?
Well, on the ship.
On the ship? Oh,
But
okay.
That's probably just part of the chests.
What yeah, he's probably some nobody, but it's just the box that means something. I wouldn't know anything about how that feels. Gregory looks down at the box at his hip. Not at all. Yeah, but how? I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard. But if we can get back there when it's not,
Where do we have to go?
Back to where his ship was wrecked.
Yeah, back
There.
to
Where,
it was on a
like
rock.
where we are, where the guy was trying to flag us down?
Yeah.
Fuck
Yep.
that guy.
Agreed to an
Oh.
extent. He does seem
I,
to have a lot of money.
I won't be the one to do it, but I wouldn't complain if something unfortunate happened to him once we get everything.
Aren't you a paladin? Aren't you supposed to be good? Don't you have gods?
This isn't Baldur's Gate. There ain't no Dark Omen thing coming. He's fine.
Spoiler alert!
Technically, his oath
Oops.
of... Oh, you changed
it's
your
not-
oath too, didn't you?
I did.
What's your
Yeah.
oath currently?
Oath of, the Watchers?
Oath of truth and justice.
You're probably okay. You're probably alright.
Friendship and magic.
Silvos is like, well, if there's treasure to be had, I'd be a fool not to, seize the opportunity.
This
you
is
want to
true.
If you want to go back, I'll take you. As long as I get my cut.
Oh, for sure.
Of course.
We've got a deal.
Can we maybe do it in the morning? If it's gonna be me going down, it's gonna be hard. I am. Gregory pulls out the white shifting bone mask, and you look. It's got like all of the horns on it are drooping down, and
Oh,
it has
no.
like a sad eye,
Oh.
one tear going down.
Oh no.
It's just like,
Oh no.
yeah, this guy's spent.
Well, we're out of the worst of the storm now, and I think I know somewhere nearby we could probably anchor safely. So, if a night of rest is needed, that's probably well deserved.
Oh,
I get
one
fucking
more thing.
stabbed in my sleep again. I'm gonna fucking burn this boat.
I doubt it, but
You'd be right to do it.
just in case, we'll keep a wary eye.
Just here.
Yeah. Also, the merchant would requested to be released
I bet he
from the
did.
handcuffs, and I told him it was up to you.
Okay. Silvos personally looks at Mantuka, gestures to the wheel. Mind watching that for a
Want me to kill
second? No, watch the wheel while I go deal with him personally.
My bad.
You see him kind of head off down. You kind of have to steer the ship for a little while just to get it further out of the storm as you're kind of making your way towards where we
Feels
guided
good.
you.
Feels good.
I'm gonna say roll me. This would be a ship handling, so it'd be your proficiency plus. I'll say dexterity.
Guidance.
Your proficiency.
I'm gonna go
bonus. There
stand
you
at
go.
the.
So straight up dex?
Dexterity plus your proficiency.
Yeah, plus guidance. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go stand at the top of the stairs and listen down
That's
to
good.
the conversation
Dirty
and be
20.
ready to help him in case he needs it.
Okay. So with the guidance on there too, you fairly easily manage to just steer and find your way through the bits of sea that are a little less choppy as you kind of make your way.
I
out
know
of
what Mama likes.
the rest
I
of the
know
storm.
what Mama likes.
kind of find your way into the.
Come to Mantuka, mommy.
There you go. You say your sea prayer. Somewhat weird.
Mom Tuka.
Sea prayer.
It's kind of like when you drive in Fredericton and you put your
Mhm.
tires outside of the worn out spot. You just find the groove away from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Feels good. And you very deftly sail your way across the ocean. The captain heads downstairs. It's a very brief conversation where he basically goes over some of the same questions you went through. He's like, so where's this hidden exactly? He's like, well, it's just over there. And kind of you hear him guiding to what it was down. He probes about the question again as to what was in the silver chest. If you'd like to roll an insight while you're listening, he gives the same answer. Somehow less convincingly. Convinces you just fine.
I didn't even hear him this time.
Yeah, no, just completely missed that entirely.
I get splashed by a giant wave over the side.
After a while, you hear the sound of handcuffs or manacles being undone, and eventually the merchant finds his way out onto the deck and just breathes again. You could see he was slightly worried he would be, drowned down there, handcuffed in the lower decks, but he takes a minute out on the deck to just take a breath, and then kind of sits at the front by some of the barrels and crates up there in the storage and just sits and begins going through this somewhat soggy looking journal that he was keeping on his persons, but as he opens it, you notice the pages are all dry, even though it was dripping wet. And he just begins to write in it, and it looks like he's just filling out a captain's log. As you kind of peer over at it, he's just listing the date, what happened, and what is going on in his journey and everything. Seems a very detailed, very well put together sailor for the most part. He just smiles up at you as you kind of pass. If everyone wants to tuck in for the evening, the crew will be responsible for the watches this evening, so y'all can go ahead and get your full night's. Oh damn, they all rolled really good. You can all go ahead and hit that full rest button. Nice long rest. Feels good.
Nice.
And you all awaken the following morning as the sounds of the storm have all subsided now, and you wake up to a somewhat cloudy and dark and gloomy day, very kind of standard fall towards winter weather. But it's not unpleasant. It's kind of cool. There's a light breeze blowing in off of the up the bay kind of thing. And you guys all find yourself on fairly calm seas with just a light breeze. You can see Silvos in the morning already talking to the trader, and he's going over some of the inventory of what they're expecting to find down there, and he's questioning more about details about how it was that they came to be there and how it was they crashed, and just kind of talking captain to captain for a little bit. After you guys all awaken, Silvos sees you. So, treasure hunt then?
Treasure hunt!
And
Sounds like it.
You hear Fat
That's
pipe
my
up from the
non-legal
background.
name.
My favorite words. And you see him excitedly start kind of begin running around the deck, just preparing whatever he can get his little metallic hands on.
Look at him go!
They just raise sails quickly at this point. You guys all have this down to a pretty fine art. Mantuk and Stanny get on the sails and help get those up. Gregory, go ahead and roll me a survival check or something. I'd say
Gotcha.
survival or perception, your choice. This is just to take a look out on the sea. Intelligence, there you go.
Ooh!
Can I guidance him?
Doesn't matter. He's rolled a 28, but you can
Hell
if
yeah,
you want
dude.
to. So
Yeah.
looking out over the seas and immediately starting to take in the details, you make sure that storm has well and moved on. It looks like it's moved inland and mostly dissipated into a pretty...
30,
Jesus!
32.
Wow!
32! I can see God!
That's one of the highest rolls of the whole campaign.
Yep, yeah. The sea is calm and steady. There's just a light breeze kicking up very small waves. Silvos immediately turns the ship, and you guys all, now very routine to your positions on the ship, begin making your way back towards where that ship was anchored. It only takes you not very long, honestly. You guys didn't have to sail too far, only a couple hours before you make your way back over to the coast. I think Mantuka's already on there, and eventually kind of pulling along the southern coast of Eldritch, just a little to the east of Redwatch, you find the familiar front of the ship just held up on these rocks out there. However, slightly more damage now. Some pieces are missing, like a few more pieces than before. It looks like during the storm it was just repeatedly bashed up against these rocks in the waves, and there's chunks missing that weren't missing before. You assume those as well have made their way down into the depths. Silvos orders everyone to drop sail and drop anchor and prepare to stop for the time, and everyone quickly goes about that business yet again. Fairly standard procedures for you guys at this point. And the ship does eventually come to a halt, and you're floating, I'd say probably about 40, 50, 60 feet, just about 60 feet from these rocks off the coast and where the wreckage of the ship was. Gregory, you would remember it probably about 80 feet down or so, maybe a little more. It's kind of,
Okay.
you would remember having seen the ship. It's like basically hung up on the edge of this massive cliff that just descends into the depths of the bay. But it is currently held aloft at around 80 to 100 feet deep, approximately. Silvos kind of looks expectantly to all of you. Looks like we found our way back. He kind of goes over to the merchant and stands him up, and you've done well, thank you. You were, you weren't entirely unpleasant. He kind of leans forward, and you hear him under his breath, which is why I'm very sorry to have to do this. And you quickly see him just pull out a strange kind of metallic object with a wooden handle, hold it under the man's chin, and you hear a loud resounding crack as the man's flintlock musket goes off, or flintlock pistol goes off, and sends the merchant just tumbling overboard, crashing into the sea. He looks at you.
Stanislav is looking like...
Well, we couldn't
go.
have him telling people who took the gold now, could he?
He was gonna split it with the yep. I'm not gonna question the guy with the gun.
I assure you, you're fine. I was never going to split that with him. And you see
know,
the body
probably
just
not
floating
studying.
off the
Quitters.
edge, body just floating off the edge of the boat in the water. He quickly reloads the pistol and puts it away.
Splittins for suckers.
If you kill me, I'm gonna haunt the shit out of you for the rest of your life.
It's fine.
Damn.
He's Imperium. He was not someone we wanted on our ship. On my ship, more specifically.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
No blood
As
on
much-
my hands.
As much as it pains me to say it was the right decision.
Of course,
I mean,
it was the
we're
right
all-
decision.
Looking
You're
at Gregory
all
and Mantuka, we're
who are-
very wanted men.
Yeah, you're all fugitives.
Right. Yeah.
Frankly, if he was to make it back to port and tell them who took half of their gold, well, who do you think they'd be coming after next? That's right.
You sold me when you made it look okay. I'm cool. You're cool. I'm not gonna haunt you. You ain't gonna shoot me in my sleep or stab me.
I assure you, you're fine.
Cool.
Now,
Oh,
Well,
What's up,
thankfully now I can
Beebs?
get
How's it
this
going?
awful stuff off and he starts taking off his Imperium-esque.
Yeah,
disguise
quickly
kit,
stripping off the
wiping
disguise. You wipe some of the makeup
wiping
off
the
and
purple
realize a large portion of it came off in the storm. So, like, you were purple with, like, glints of metallic gold shining through a little bit. You know, it's quite a look.
Fine.
Quite a look. Silvos looks to all of you now and kind of, like, wiping his hands after all that. We'll like you much better like that. So, now all that's left is solving the issue of what's down there. Anyone up for a swim?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Tuki, you're not much of a swimmer, if I remember right.
Have you seen me in the water yet? Voluntarily? Nope.
Well,
But your feet.
if there's as much treasure as he says down there, we're going to need to send down some ropes, and we're going to need people up here to pull them. I don't see you all
Study
being
up
able
here.
to swim that treasure up yourselves now, do you? So,
That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
it's not the first time I've had to haul treasure out of a sunken ship. He turns and quickly, ropes! Now! Get them! And the crew immediately just disseminates and quickly comes back hauling these, like, 50-foot ropes, and they begin tying them together to make longer and longer ones. Someone wheels, like, essentially a big spool of rope over to the side of the ship, has a hook, like, on it specifically for this kind of operation. You gather this isn't the first time they've pillaged ships at the bottom of the ocean.
Gregory kind of like starts walking over towards the banister of the ship, jumps up on top of it and sits down, like looking towards into the ship, and he's just like swinging his feet, and he goes, "Not the first time you've had to plunge pillage a sunken ship, huh? Bet it's the first time you've ever done it with a shark." And Gregory just falls backwards into the water.
He smiles as you turn
As
into a
he's
shark.
tumbling and spinning, grabs the bone mask, and before he does, he kind of cracks off a piece of it and throws it behind him. And I'd like to cast it so that I think I can make 8. No, just 4. 4, yeah, 4 is the max. Of the octopi yet again.
Cute.
No, of the octopuses.
The
Big old
octopuses.
bone masks, bright red eyes.
I hate it so much.
And I'm gonna turn Gregory into a hunter shark.
Okay.
Nice.
So you turn into a hunter shark, and you have 4 octopi following you now. Am I
Yeah. Just
understanding
like,
this correctly? Okay, cool. Real quick, let me get these sheets opened up. So Silvos,
Stanislav has also stripped down to his boonies and is ready to hop in.
you want to go down?
No way I'm being left out of this one.
It's beachwear, Stanislav.
Can you breathe underwater? Do you have an ability to breathe underwater? Nope.
I bet he's
God's
got
on your
cum
side.
off the
God's
butt.
on your side.
He quickly comes over. You sure you don't want to go, big man?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Suit
Iron
yourself.
fucking hooves, dude.
He sits down real quick while Gregory has already plunged into the water at this point. Actually, he's just going to use the spell slot for it. Boop.
Is that the Triton asking me
That's
if I
the
want
water
to go?
breathing, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's going, obviously. So he
What about you,
quickly
homie?
walks and just puts a hand on Stanislav, and you see his hand glow. Mantuka, he puts one on your shoulder, too. And you quickly...
I accept his glowy hand.
You have just been cast, or had water breathing cast on you. So he... Just in case you decide to join us, big guy. Hope you're a decent
Won't be
swimmer.
voluntarily.
And he reaches over and quickly just holds a fairly plain spear out to you, Stanislav.
I think this will be a little bit better than the hammer.
Trust me, it will be.
Thanks.
Just in case anything goes on. I hate to be outdone, so... and he just stands on the edge of the ship and falls back into the water and quickly just starts swimming down. Doesn't need to turn into a shark. He has a natural swim speed. He just jumps
He
in
is
and
a
quickly
shark.
begins swimming down. After Gregory. Gregory, you kind of spin around and look up, and you see this blue-skinned, green-haired, dreadlocked Triton just making his way towards you with kind of a trident outheld as his feet kick and propel him forward.
If
Standing.
you could see, make a shark look jealous, that's how it would look.
Stanny's gonna take a step back. just set his hammer down. Keep a good eye on this, please, big guy. And he's gonna run forward and jump off of the railing and attempt to do like a front flip.
Roll me an
dive.
acrobatics check, please. Roll me a dive check. Freaking PC work, love that.
Yes. So this is my favorite. I was really hoping I'd roll low, and I rolled a nat 1.
You watch as Stanny just goes over to the edge and quickly plants his feet and does like a standing front tuck and tries to end out in a dive, but instead only gets about halfway there and just splat down right on his stomach. Absolute belly flop into the ocean as he tries to dive off the ship. What a perfect time for a nat 1. And you watch as he smacks the water, the resounding crack emanating and echoing off the cliffs next to you and making its way back to you as he just awkwardly floats there for a second before he starts to sink.
I turn over. No, I
No, is there now?
Before I start to sink, I just turn over and ow, and then I start going down. As
he's sinking, he's like ow, and you hear ow just for a split second as he's going beneath the waves. You can talk underwater. So Stanny, it's a bit of a shocking feeling for you as you enter the water. You feel water rush into your lungs, right down your throat, filling your lungs with salt water right away. And you almost have this instinctual urge to panic for a moment, and then you realize you can breathe. You're not drowning right now. There you go. And you turn, and awkwardly, granted, you're not a natural swimmer, so you're moving at half of your normal speed down here, I believe, for swimming, and you're just...
I can move. Yeah, I can swim 20 feet.
20 feet,
Still pretty good.
And then at your dash, 40 feet a turn. So it'll only take you 3 turns to get down to the depths of the boat. Gregory, you start making your way down with your 4 octopi in tow. If you had anyone like, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please. Stanny. No, you got. Well, I'll say you're not at disadvantage. It is dark under here, so anyone who's not an aquatic creature is gonna be at disadvantage for it. I will say.
I have dark vision.
You do, but you don't have eyes open in saltwater vision. That shit hurts.
I got blind sight,
There
baby.
you go.
Oh, Stanislav, no, the sand goggles would definitely not be waterproof. They're sandproof, but not waterproof.
They're sealed. You could try. But
Sure.
it'll just... Yeah, okay. I'll just say it takes you a while to acclimate to having salt water in your eyes at any given time.
I'll roll at disadvantage.
Does Vine Steed have to be like a horse? You make like a seahorse?
I was going to say, I'd allow a giant seahorse.
Could you imagine?
Just roll up on your fucking seahorse.
It'd be sea cash.
Sea cash. So,
I mean, if
That was
you'd
fun.
actually let me fucking do that.
I'm fine. You know
No,
what?
Fuck
it, if
wouldn't
you-
have that idea.
That's
He doesn't
fair.
know what a seahorse
That's fair.
is.
But Mantuka had that idea, and he can pitch it to you next time.
Yes.
I will allow it for the record. So, you don't pick up on anything. Silvos is going to roll as well. He's very
rolled a
good
15.
perception. Okay. So you're
At
also
disadvantage.
much further back than they are. So
Right.
like they're already at the ship at this point as it's happening. Gregory, the first thing the both of you notice as you make your way down and look kind of into the bowels of the ship. I guess I can switch over to this map now. Scoot.
Underwater.
You see.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, right, isn't it? You see the back end of this ship just kind of hovering precipitously over this cliff, over this drop that descends into absolute darkness below, as the depths of the ocean, like the shelf kind of ends and just descends into this trench-like object. The ship is just resting ominously on this edge. Stanny, you looking down, see Gregory, the shark, and his octopi team, and Silvo swim down to this, and you both stop for a moment, as with those perception checks, looking in, you see that you are not entirely alone. Down there. I need to switch that guy to token. You see kind of rummaging through the stuff, trying desperately looking for something. What looks like a... Not similar to the ones that attacked you on your way over here, but definitely in that family of the sense this is a merfolk of some kind. Not as corrupt and evil looking as the one you previously saw. The skin is kind of similar to that of Silvos. The hair is long and black and just flowing in the water. They're desperately searching. They're kind of small, too. They're not... They're smaller for a humanoid. But do appear to be merfolk. And they are pretty transfixed in what they're doing. But you guys aren't rolling stealth, so I'm just going to roll at disadvantage. He does not see you. He doesn't pick you guys up at all. He's quickly just rummaging through it. He seems desperate, almost afraid. As he does so, he's just shoveling piles of gold out of the way as he does so. Still followed. No, the hurricane has subsided. It's just light rains now, and they've now looped back to the sunken ship to try and claim what's inside. But
Damn hurricane damn near killed us.
Yeah, this you guys, if you want to drag your mini, Gregory, you'd be around the entrance of the ship over there. Hilvos
Gotcha.
is going to be over here.
Somewhere up here.
Yeah, we don't really have like distance in the scent. Yeah, you'd be about there.
We don't have depth.
Yeah, we don't have a way to measure depth, but we're just gonna remember the ship. Looking at it now is about 80 feet below the surface, so Stanny, you can get there in one more turn after all of this happens, basically, and then the canyon below, or the trench below, just descends. You have no idea how deep that one goes. What's up?
Can I do a thing one turn instead of dashing?
Sure.
I'm going to what do I have? I have the spear. I'm gonna cast daylight on the tip of the spear.
Okay. So immediately you just like notice this massive glowing coming from behind you, Sharka Gregory, as you look up and see Stanislav is now swimming forward with a spear pointing down that is just kind of emanating these waves and waves of daylight. It is still quite stifled down here in the depths of the ocean, but the radius does reach its full potential. Kind of towards the edge, it begins to dim and stuff. So I'd say probably have about 60 feet of light coming from the daylight on that. What's the actual radius on that?
I hit cast. It's a 60-foot spear. Is that the radius or the?
Yeah, it would be a 60-foot spear, essentially. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
So I'll say in the depths of the ocean, it's going to be a 40-foot spear.
And it's dim light for an additional 60 feet.
Yeah, so I'll say you get 40 feet of bright light and then another 40 of dim. So you get 80 feet total in any direction from you. And you do see the ship illuminate. And Gregory and Silvos are going to notice as the light begins shining through the grates in the ship and illuminating this area. The individual who's rummaging through gold is now going to turn, and you're going to see the face of a pretty young looking individual, Gregory. Like, he appears to be a merfolk of some kind. He's got small gills on the side of his neck. He's got a almost boyish like face, not that much older than you, perhaps. And as he turns and sees you, he quickly almost hisses at you and backs up and holds a spear out towards you, but isn't coming towards you. He's just defensively leaning back. Merfolk, eh? What's up, Tart? How's it going? And you would understand him. I'm thinking as I don't know if you get the language of sharks when you turn into a shark, but he is speaking fucking
Aquan.
Yeah, Aquan too. Yes. He quickly turns, and you hear in this kind of a very different dialect here, what you're used to hearing, this almost gurgling effect as he speaks, and his voice comes from just the vibration of his vocal cords underwater. What do you want? And he's just standing there defensively at you.
Eva, I don't want to hurt you.
Silvos kind of... You speak back in perfect shark.
In broken shark, I like to think it's very like... Rah, 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 rah.
Silvos puts his hand on you. I've got this.
Thanks.
And you hear him start conversing with this merfolk. And then the merfolk actually, he switches to common after a bit and begins speaking more comfortably with you. You're still a shark, so you can't even respond to him, so it doesn't even matter. And Stanny, at a certain point, they're kind of stopped here talking to this individual in a language you do not understand. The shark is kind of just lightly moving in the water to keep the water circulating through its gills so it can breathe. And then Silvos is kind of just treading water in the spot, communicating with this creature. The creature kind of, you just hear Silvo saying, "We've come to reclaim what was lost. This treasure belongs to us." And you hear the Gregory, you would understand the creature responding, "No, it belongs to my people." Silvos is like, not sure you understand the way things work around here, my friend. And they kind of have this little tit for tat back and forth. The merfolk clearly understanding he's outnumbered. Stanny, you make your way down at this point. You two can speak at this point. You have water breathing. You're able to converse underwater. You hear them kind of awkwardly in this very gurgly underwater kind of dialect speaking to each other.
Stanny trusts the captain. He's just kind of a few feet behind him. Not like ready to attack, but
leans back. And he says the treasure belongs to his people. He'd rather we don't take it. That being said, and you see Silvos kind of cock his head back at him, I don't think he's found what he's looking for. I don't think he's here for that treasure.
Can you ask him what he's looking for? Wouldn't hurt to know.
I have an idea already, but yes, sure. You hear him respond again in this very guttural kind of dialect, and then quickly, he wants the silver chest, or more accurately, what was inside of it.
You know what that is?
I'm not exactly sure, but I have an idea. There's been rumors lately. Rumors that a particularly powerful magical artifact was being transported, something that could affect the seas, change the tides, create storms at random.
Well, that sounds kind of crazy.
And last I heard of it, it was being transported in something exactly like that, and he gestures his head and kind of points the trident towards this open silver chest that has just been broken open and is just leaning up against one of the sides that it's sunk to. Inside, you see a beautiful velvet set of cushions and an indent in the center of it that looks like something kind of spherical and quite heavy would have been placed there at one time or another. It looks like this chest was carrying one sole object.
But it's open and gone.
It would appear so.
Interesting.
Someone's taken. Someone stole.
Yeah, the sharks just starts going crazy around you and don't really understand what's going on there. It's almost like if everyone had waited to jump in, they would have all got water breathing cast on them.
I want to be a whitey bitey boy.
How could someone else have figured out about this before we got back?
We were gone for... we were gone long enough. It's not every day that, well, when things sink into the depths of the ocean, it's often reclaimed by people like him, or worse. He looks at you. Worse being the folks you encountered on your way over the first time. If I had to warrant a guess, I would say that's almost a certainty at this point. After all, he kind of looks to the merfolk. I don't suppose you found a big blue orb kicking around anywhere, have you? And you see the merfolk kind of like dejectedly look down and just shake its head and grit its teeth in frustration.
It's okay, buddy.
He kind of understands you and awkwardly turns his head.
I give him like a cool guy shark nod, but it really just looks like I'm having a spasm.
Fair enough. He kind of like looks over your shoulder. He looks back to Silvos. They might come back. Gregory, you understand it. Silva or Stanley, you don't. Silvos translates for you.
Oh. That might be a good thing. Maybe we could lay a trap of some kind.
Perhaps I think it's best we grab what we can and get the fuck out of here. And this thing, and he kind of looks to the other creature, and like even looking at the two of them, there are similarities there. Like these there is some mixed genealogy in the sense that Tritons are very much descended from these people. They're all from the same place.
He's the Alolan version.
Yeah, more or less. Oh my god. He just turns and, Gregory, you understand again. I suggest you move, friend, before we have to make this messy. You're free to look for your object, but the rest of it is going to be coming with us, I'm afraid. And you see the merfolk kind of dejectedly put the spear down and swim back. Kind of its fish-like tail just flutters and pushes it over to the side, and it gestures to the open iron door that you blasted open previously, Gregory. Inside it, you see 8 chests of varying sizes. One of them particularly large, 3 of them kind of large, and then 4 more smaller ones. And then you find a broken open chest that you were trying to grab gold from the day before when you were in here, as well as all that. Apart from that, and the silver chest that's been open, it is all sealed up. So Stanny, you see all this as well. There's like a pile of gold that's sunk to the bottom where the ship is awkwardly hanging. You see Mantuka at that point. Some of the crew will start going around on deck, and you see them drop some of the ropes down into the ocean. The massive spool begins spinning as the rope descends into the bottom. Stanny, you see this kind of like anchor, like or not anchor, like hook, like object just sinking its way down to you.
Yep. Danny will go grab it and bring it towards, and fish it in.
What are you guys doing? How are you going to go about this, Gregory and Stanny? Silvos is going to help too. He's going to grab one of the ropes quickly, swim over to one of the chests, loop the rope around it, and hook it on itself so it's tightly bound enough around the chest that it should be able to lift it. He gives the rope a tug.
I have an idea.
1 second. Mantuka, you see one of the ropes get a quick tug on it, as if someone's just pulled it twice down on the other side.
Yep.
You going to start hauling?
I'm a big boy that lifts up heavy things, and I'm gonna do my manual labor gig.
Yep, you do a lot of manual labor, so just straight up strength as you're just trying to haul this thing on board. Just a straight strength check. Or athletics if you so choose. It doesn't matter.
I will definitely take athletics.
Fair enough.
Because it gives me advantage. Yeah. Boom.
Okay. Jesus. It's one of the smaller chests, so it comes up pretty easy. You get up a chest that's about 2.5 feet wide, about 1.5 feet tall, and 1.5 feet deep or so. It's not particularly big, but it looks like it has I have so many advantages and disadvantages today. I've had a disadvantage, an advantage, and a disadvantage. So we're back. What's up, Liz? Welcome in. How you doing? Sorry, it's okay, Boofa guy. I'll forgive ya. Because at this point, you're giving disadvantage to the person who's helping them. So... Yay! Wah, wah, wah. Be a 1.5 feet deep.
There a bunch of loose gold just sitting around as well?
Yeah, there's just pile. There's like one pile that looks like one chest had opened, and when it fell or when the ship sunk and everything. Oh no.
Stanny is gonna hold on. I'll be right back. I have an idea for how to get all the loose stuff and the stuff we can't rope up.
Mm-hmm.
Stanny's gonna swim back to the surface and run down to where Mr. Maker's probably tinkering or something and just say, I need to borrow your bag. Gonna just grab his bag of holding. Thank you, and run off. And he's gonna jump back in the water.
He almost sold his soul to get that bag. Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay, fair.
Mr. Maker's not... it's exclamation point D100. That's it, Boofa guy.
Yeah, nat 1, so never mind.
He looks at you, he's like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. You have to figure that out. Nah. You got hands?
I'll be filling it with gold.
You got hands? Take it. You just say tosses you his fanny pack as soon as you say okay, nice. So as you leave, leave the inside of the boat and make your way back up into the top deck, you notice now the storm is mostly broken and light sunshine has begun to shine through the clouds. It's still kind of a gray day, but every now and again you get the occasional beam of sunlight that breaks through and the light drizzle of rain that kind of drifts around. Nothing too major at this point. And you dive back into the water and make your way back down. Roll me a perception check.
Very carefully this time, after eating shit.
Roll me a perception check as you make your way down. Okay. Gregory, while he's doing that, I need you to tell me what you're doing to help down here.
Gregory's gonna start mostly surveying. There we go. I'm gonna survey the outside of the ship as a shark. I'm looking for loose things, loose good stuff. Not necessarily part of the horde, but, stuff that would have been on the ship. And I'm asking the octopi mentally to scoop up all the loose gold into a pile.
Okay.
Get it all in one place.
Roll me a perception check for you, or actually investigation, because you're actively looking for shit and trying to find loot that's dropped. So that's going to be a shark investigation.
16.
The Roomba of the
That'll
sea.
do it. That'll work. And then I guess you telepathically, they just start stacking the gold into a pile. And there's a couple hundred gold there that they managed to stack up. And meanwhile, for you with a 16, you do find kind of around the side that looks like it probably fell out of maybe the captain's cabin on its way down. What looks like a trunk that would probably hold some kind of clothes, but it is very well made. It's very nicely decorated, and like the trunk itself has gold filigree on it. So it definitely gives you the sense of an extremely wealthy individual, probably owning those clothes.
I'd like to go search for a rope and a person, and then like Lassie style, be like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah. Trouble at the old well. Follow me
you
with
see
a rope."
Silvos actively swinging things together and trying to get some of the treasure out of the basement, but he's struggling with these chests underwater. They are very heavy. There's hundreds and hundreds of gold pieces. This is not really a one-man job, and as a shark, I'm not sure how helpful you're going to be able to be with that. The only people down there are you and Silvos at the moment, and you see that bright, shining daylight as Stanny jumps back into the water up above. But you can gesture to it. As a shark, I'm not sure what else, but you do, Stanislav, as you begin to swim down, see Gregory Shark swim up to you and frantically start flailing about at you.
What's wrong, boy? Just kidding. I'm gonna follow him.
Sure. And he
Assuming-
leads you to the chest.
assuming
I
he wants me
described.
to
It
follow
looks
him.
like a very nice wardrobe chest, like something that would contain some very nice clothes, maybe jewelry or gems or something like that. This is something that has wealth.
When we get there, my tail is wagging and my tongue is out, and I'm just like,
Okay.
Oh, Stanislav takes like a minute to clue in, and starts opening the thingies, drawers.
good. And then I just immediately swim back towards the pile.
It is locked. You can't actually get into the chest.
Oh,
There are 3 ropes
Punch the
just
lock.
dangling down. It's not like a lock as
Oh.
in a padlock. It is like a keyhole
it's-
in the front of the trunk that would
Okay.
be locked like that.
okay. Shade will grab one of the ropes and tie it up then.
Okay, just a quick survival check to try and get that all lashed up and get the knots all tied and affixed comfortably. Gregory, roll me a perception check, please.
Uh-oh.
14.
14. Okay, it's pretty secure. You think you got it. Mantuka, you see, you give a tug on one of the ropes. Mantuka, you see another rope get pulled, this time the far right one towards the front of the ship. It seems like they got another chest on there. Some of the other crew begin rushing over and start pulling it up, and you make your way over. Roll me a quick athletics check. Not going to be doing much. That's basically all you're doing on the ship.
Yeah. I'm all for it.
You're all athletics
27.
all day, easily enough. One hand, you just keep over
Damn.
and over, and just pull this chest up. And you see this large wardrobe kind of box makes its way out with like gold trim on it. Very nice.
Nice.
You're not sure what the value might be
Bougie.
behind that. So Gregory, it's at this point that as you guys are hustling to try and get the chest out, so far you've only got 2. Silvos is still just trying to drag one chest out and get it tied up. He's not very strong. He's a druid. He's not a strength person.
I'm gonna
He's
go help
just
with that.
actively trying to do that. As you're kind of making your way after finish tying up, Gregory, do another lap of the ship. And it's at this point, coming in from the southwest side, you see something kind of startling. Nope.
Wait.
Oh, I'm gonna switch back to the token layer. You notice as this massive shark with kind of twisted barnacles and other weird elements of sea life growing out of it, like a piece of coral growing out of its head, almost like it's been corrupted by the ocean itself, slowly making its way towards you, and swimming alongside of it with one hand on it is a very familiar merfolk type creature, very similar to the ones you guys fought on your way over. And he just has one hand on the shark, a harpoon in the other, and he's just whacking his tail along, swimming, and keeping up with the shark, making his way towards you guys. Stanny, I want you to roll me a perception check as well.
Okay. Damn. I don't see this yet, do I?
That's what I'm saying. Roll. You're on the other side of the boat. You would have no way of seeing this.
Aren't I down inside the boat?
You tied the chest that was up outside the boat, so like you're still just finishing that up right now, so
Okay.
you would be there.
Yeah, I'm like,
You kind of like
25.
you hear Gregory swim around, and then you kind of like almost hear something rushing up behind you, like the displacement of water and a bubbling as you turn, and you too see a massive shark-like creature along with one of these strange
He's gonna get you!
marrow types making
Oh,
his way towards you, along with one of his friends.
Abracadabra, gonna swim up and nab ya.
I'm gonna swim up and
I'm up
nab
and
ya.
stab you.
So they're just swimming side by side. They are overlapping, so I can't necessarily put them together, otherwise it'll just be annoying to click all of them. And then the last two, not that anyone really sees this. Newt. Cook and layer. We're swimming up from over. You would notice that, Stanny. So swimming up in kind of a pairing of two, making their way towards you now are these three different groups. Two with sharks and two with just two of these corrupted merfolk looking. And they are swimming toward you, mouths open, gills flaring, just hissing as they like slither their way through the water towards you. And that is where we will take our break for today.
Oh dear God.
So we will deal with initiative and shit when we get back. We're gonna take a quick 10 there, folks, and get into a little underwater combat. I'm very excited.
Fish Gregory's
We're
gonna
see how
fry.
this is gonna go. I'm looking for it. So we'll be back in 10, guys. Don't go anywhere, and we'll see y'all when we get back. Yeah, we're back. Let's go. It's time
Feet.
to get into a combat. All right, combat music. Here we go. Coconut Rhombus. Nice. It's a good name for a prog rock band. Coconut Rhombus.
Coconut Promise.
Coconut Rhombus. Rhombus.
I like it.
Yeah, that's a good
Mathematical
prog rock band.
rhombus.
Yeah, there you go. So, we were picking up right where we left off. Thanks to some decent perception checks from the boys, you guys are now aware of what appears to be an incoming threat. A couple pair of large sharks making their way towards you, accompanied by what appears to be a small squad of Marrow, all making their way towards the ship. They are painfully aware of your presence, as Stanislav is emitting 60 feet of sunlight at any given time right now. So they are just honing in on that, almost like fish would onto an anglerfish's fucking bait hangy thingy. I don't even know what you call that. That bait hangy thingy works for now.
Yeah.
Essentially, he's just glowing there in the depths of the fucking sea. And they picked up on that right quick. So as they're making their way towards you, Stanny, you are going to be starting off the initiative order. Let's go a better D&D battle song. Maybe? Can we do better than this? Is that a thing we can do? That's better.
All my fellas.
That's better.
So, seeing as Stanislav is starting to sense a theme in the things that are attacking him, I'm going to do a little bit of this.
I mean, they're definitely coming at you hostile. Like. All hostile.
Yeah.
Like. Divine Sense trying to detect undead?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I'd like to know if they are undead.
They definitely register as a noxious odor on your senses. They are very evil. They are not considered
I know the
undead.
location of Celestial Fiend or Undead.
They are none of the above.
Okay.
They're a creature that are inherently monstrous in their appearance, and that's all I will tell you.
Neato.
It tells you everything you need to know.
Okay, so that's my action for my bonus action.
Okay, as this creature is just swimming towards you with this massive shark making its way there as well, you quickly get this cast. You see this emanating kind of golden light coming from the tip of the spear you're casting daylight with, and nothing really registers to you as undead, fiend, or otherwise. What would you like to do?
And then I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Oh, Shield of Faith. Okay, cool. We love that.
And then also, I only have 20 feet of movement, unfortunately.
20 feet of movement, yep. And attacks would be at disadvantage, but someone was smart enough to give you a spear before you got in the water. You're welcome.
So yeah, I'm going to swim closer to my homies.
So you swim.
And
Mantuka isn't actually there. That's Ghost Mantuka for now, but he's up on the ship. So that's a good spot for you. You're kind of up there somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's fine for now. You know what? We're just gonna.
Ghost Tuka!
We're gonna put Tuka.
For the friends I don't want to talk
and
to.
I'm just going to yell out,
Tuka's
they're
way-
coming from all sides!
Bogus.
Tuka, technically, you would be here-ish and about 80, 90 feet off from where they are in terms of your relative position. I am going to give you a little no thing for not in this fucking combat right now. Nailed it.
I feel targeted.
You feel targeted? Okay, so you cast Shield of Faith on yourself as well. On who?
I wouldn't have my shield on me, would I?
No,
Swimming and
that's
moving.
big,
thing.
heavy,
Okay.
and metal. You're swimming. You're nothing but your underclothes and wielding a spear. I feel targeted. Not yet. Wait until the spells start. There you go. You swim in. You see the merfolk who was in here rummaging through the treasure before is now in the back of the ship, anxiously holding the spear towards you and looking past you at the creatures that are now coming into view that he saw before he kind of retreated back in here. And you hear him speak to you in kind of this garbly, broken comment. Help, please. And just keeps swimming there, his tail kind of just keeping him in one spot, maintaining that. He turns the spear and makes sure you know it's not directed at you right now.
I just kind of look at him and solemnly nod.
Speaking of which, I forgot to roll initiative for my little friend.
I also yell out, they're coming from all sides, look out!
No, he would roll the descending thing. There we go. They're coming from all sides. Look out! His eyes just widen in fear as he makes eye contact with you. That'll be it for his turn. or for your turn. Next going, we have this fucking guy. So he's just gonna make a beeline for Silvos, I think. Probably the most logical thing. 40 feet of swim speed. Oh shit. 40 feet is enough for him to get his harpoon off without disadvantage, because he's in the first range bracket. We fucking love that.
I love getting my harpoon off.
Yeah! He's gonna throw that. So,
Hashtag.
I'm killing my own player! No! This was a piece. Oh no! Okay, so it's 2d6
your
plus
own
4.
player with Poon.
So at base is 12 plus whatever I roll, so 7. So 19 total.
Not bad.
Not terrible. 19. You're lucky water breathing is not concentration, because that would suck. Okay. One of his fight. Cannot reach to do the rest, so that will be it for his turn. Next up, Mantuka, you have no idea what is going on. You are standing on the deck of the ship. As far as you know, it is business as usual down there. Anything you're doing right now? How are you killing the time?
Are there any tugs? Any tugs on the rope?
No one has tugged a rope yet.
Okay.
I'll tug your rope.
You shut up. It's my turn. I'll kill you. So do I still have my bandolier of bear traps?
Mm-hmm.
I
You
would
have
like
the
to,
bear trap bandolier. Forgot
Living
about
out
that.
in the weather with me, so I want to do some fucking bear trap maintenance while I'm waiting for a tug.
Okay.
I'm gonna lubricate them, make sure they're fucking good to go.
Roll for
Never
maintenance.
know.
So I would say this is a tinkering check, which you're not proficient in tinkerer's tools. So it's just going to be
Mantuka
like...
doesn't call it tinkering. They're action figures.
I'll say... oh my god, I hate it so much. To oil, I will say for trap, care, and maintenance specifically, you can do survival.
No, that's what a Mantuka likes.
I would allow that, because that is definitely a survival-based skill.
Fucking same thing. What's up, 21?
Nice, okay. Yeah, so like the hinges of the traps are well oiled, the spring mechanism is tight, wound perfectly, nice and clean, no rust, no dust, no fuss, nothing. And it appears like all of your traps, or at least I'll say, there's 6 on there if memory serves, correct?
8.
It's 8. So in this one turn, you've done 2. You have oiled and maintained 2 of your 8 traps in the 6 seconds that it takes to do. You basically just give a little WD-40 in the corners and you're moving on. But it appears like you WD-40'd very, very well. Any movement or anything, or is that it for you?
P.O. would be proud.
Just gonna grab my javelin and just kind of, I don't know, sharpen that or maintain that.
Okay, we're maintaining. The marrow is going to try to hide. It's just going to actively try to, or the merfolk, not marrow, my bad. He's actively going to just try to stealth check. Okay. So 15. He's going to just like hide himself behind some crates that are stacked down here and press himself up against the wall and just hold his spear or his harpoon tight against his chest and just look frantically. He knows that you can see him, but he's hoping that he can at least avoid the sight of them for the time being, and that's going to be his entire turn. Looking at him standing, you see like a boy probably younger than Gregory. This is someone quite young, quite adolescent, and quite terrified. Next up, we have Silvos, who's
Daddy
going...
kind of steels himself to protect this kid at all costs.
I like that. Silvos turns
Steals up
and
your
just
Understand.
immediately swims at this guy and just stabs forward with his trident. He doesn't need to get fancy just yet. It's a pretty powerful trident. He rolls a fucking 12. Great. Awesome. Doesn't hit. Fuck me, dude. Really? Okay. So he steps forward and stabs out with the trident, and the marrow just quickly like slithers off to the side, almost like serpentine fashion, almost. Avoids the strike. I am annoyed. I am unhappy.
You can only roll nat 20s on the bad side.
Yeah.
Still got the training tip on.
Yeah. Well, that was like, yeah. Okay.
Made of wood.
What do I have for bonus actions? No one's really taken any hits yet or anything. So
Orange on the tips.
He's gonna chill
Those
on
little
that
orange
for now.
nubs.
Oh no, not the nubs.
Made
Next
of
up,
pool noodle.
we have a shark. One of the sharks gets to go. Oh no. That shark gets
I
to
hope
go.
it eats Stan.
So, Gregory, you are currently in large shark form, so we're going to make you big. You are big Gregory right now. Congratulations.
Big
I just
Gregory.
realized your mini kind of looks like Naruto.
Oh wait, no. Sorry, Street Shark Gregory is medium.
He's a medium? Oh, you're a baby
Yes.
shark.
I'm a baby
So
shark.
cute.
Do-do-do-do-do.
What CR is that? 2? There's a CR1. That's a little baby shark.
A little half boy.
Oh, that's cute.
Just a little
That's so
half
cute.
baby.
Okay. It's gonna swim at you. It easily makes it into your space. I'm gonna fucking attack you.
Shark on shark violence.
Shark on shark violence. He only gets 1 attack. You have not taken any damage, so it does not get blood frenzy against you. It is gonna make a bite. Has a 14 to hit you, shark.
Yeah.
You take 28 points of piercing damage as this massive shark, easily doubling, tripling your size, swims over to you and just chomps right into your tail and keeps swimming, kind of dragging you in a circle and starts whipping you around a bit as its teeth just tear into you. That is its
As
full
it's
turn.
dragging me and swimming, I just like there's a puff of black water, and there's just regular Gregory being
just
dragged
in a
by the
shark's
foot.
mouth. Like, oh no. Oh no. It does not grapple you, however. It just takes a bite and then swims and loops back around after it rips a chunk off. Oh, damn.
28, goddamn.
Damn. That was a lot.
That
It was 3d10. I rolled very high. Plus
That
6.
hurt.
That was a very good roll. So that'll be it for his turn. Next up, we have the Marrow coming in from over there. Stanny, he's going to... Oh, wait. You're in the ship now. He is 30 feet, I think? 40 feet? Sweet. Dude. He's going to get within range of you. He's going to toss his harpoon.
Yeah.
21 to hit you with no armor.
Yeah.
You
My
take,
AC's 13 right now. So
oof.
yeah.
Take 10 points of piercing damage. Oh, I already rolled it. Never mind. I rolled twice. I don't know. It was 10 both times. It doesn't
There's 10
matter.
twice. Cool.
If the target is a huge or smaller creature, it must succeed on a strength contest against the Marrow. Will be pulled 20 feet towards it. So it hurls the harpoon this 10 feet. Even in the 10 feet, it slows down significantly, but catches into your torso enough. And he's going to try to pull you. He rolls an 8. He rolls an 8.
I'm gonna...
He rolls an 8.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I might just choose to fail this. This would be
Fair.
a good thing.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do.
You know,
He just
I'm gonna let
starts
him
pulling and
pull
is
towards him.
expecting you to resist a bit, and he just yanks forward, and you pull forward towards him. He does get to make one more attack against you with his claws for an 11. So as the
Doesn't
harpoon sticks into like the
Amazing.
lower part of your torso, and he pulls you towards him, the harpoon just ripping out as you kind of reach that point, getting close to him, and he lashes down with his claws, and you manage to just quickly get the shaft of the spear up in time to block it on its way through. Let's go. That was cool. Okay, you're allowing yourself
Cool.
to get pulled towards the creature is a bold move.
Fucking melee dude, bruh.
I like it. This guy is going to quickly take his turn by swimming towards Silvos.
Up close and personal.
He's going to dash and just get into flanking with Silvos now. So Silvos is currently surrounded, but that guy's whole turn. Next up is going to... Oh god. Silvos is about to get fucked on. This guy's going to swim. Same thing. Straight towards him, but he gets in range and is going to stab with the harpoon first. For 12 and miss! Yay, I'm not
Nice.
killing my own people. And then he's going to lash out with a bite and a 16, which is not going to hit either at this point. Wait. It just hits because he does not have his shield on at the moment. Does not have the druid shield. So 16 does hit. He's going to take 12 points of piercing. Lame. Wow. Wow, Peter. I see that. I see what you said. I have chat open. I can see it.
You have other things to do.
I'm killing my NPC instead of you. You should be happy. Gregory, it's your turn. As these creatures have just, you kind of see them all converging on one point where you kind of knew Silvos was. There's this massive shark in front of you, kind of swimming in these ominous figure 8 patterns, kind of waiting to get its next strike against you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and scramble for the mask and just and turn back into a shark because I can't breathe underwater.
Okay. It's gonna try to make a strength save to hold you in its mouth as you oh no, it's not holding you because it doesn't do that. Never mind. You just turn back into a shark and appear. Sorry, I got excited for a second there. I thought it was grappling. It's not. You turn back into a hunter shark or a reef shark right in front of it, and it is still staring down at you as it makes this pattern in the water and just eyeing you with those like black beady eyes that it has, just staring directly at you. What else would you like to do on your turn?
And right, where is it? Con, this thing. Come on. Yeah, that's fine. Good. So I'm a reef shark, and I'm just with a big bone mask and sad little red eyes, and just kind of keeping myself back from this other shark. And I'm like, I'm clearly the beta here.
You also do have your octopi still.
Yeah, so I would like to kind of, focus my brain and ask them to start busting out of the ship to help us.
Okay. They just start, you see, like, as you're turning back into your shark form and giving this command, you see one of your octopi just squeeze through this pin-sized hole out the back and appear next to you. And they all start squeezing through these cracks, and eventually you are rejoined by your crew. I will say it was their whole movement to do that and squeeze their way out to you, but they are in melee range of the shark if you're interested in attacking it.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah, I'm gonna go for 4 of these. Okay.
Tentacles. We love that. That hits. That definitely hits. Tentacles. Damn. So as far as I know, anything above a 13 hits. All 4 hit.
All 4 hit.
All 4 hit.
Oh,
Yep.
so these 4, they just kind of go pop, 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 and they just sort of
wrap and
quietly float around them. But then as soon as they get around the shark, it's just this violent slap right down, and it's like...
They're pummeling the shark with tentacles. Okay, we love that. We love that.
What is this now? This button. There we go.
Okay, that's 11 points. 21 total. 31. Holy shit!
Jesus
42.
Christ.
Is my math right on that?
Answer like
42.
the universe and everything.
Oh my god, that damn right. Okay, so that
Don't
you watch
sleep on druids, y'all.
as your squad of octopi all swarm around this thing, wrapping their tentacles around fins, around the top fin, around the tail, and just compressing and squeezing tightly as it contorts and tries to swim its way off of them. And then they kind of release their grip and continue floating around it. Well done. Well done. Next up is going to be...
I'm afraid that's not quite the case. That's if the target is a creature, it is grappled. I'm going to say two of them kind of stay slurped onto him.
Okay. So
and it's a
he's
DC
not swimming.
16.
DC 16 escapee?
Yeah.
On his turn, or can you make that now?
Doesn't say. If the target until the grapple ends, the target is restrained and the octopus can't use its tentacles on another target. Doesn't say.
Okay, so I'm going to say it has to break it on its own.
Yeah.
There you go. That's 2. It has to break 2. What in the hentai?
What in the hentai?
We're getting tentacles slapped up in here. Let's go.
They have these weird bone masks that kind of are like scorpy. They kind of have that same skin texture as an octopus, so you see they're kind of moving a little bit. And
Scorpy.
they sway in the water.
We love that word. Next up
And
is
they do the external stomach
the
thingy.
other big ass shark, which is literally just going to swim and plow through the side of the ship at you, Stanislav. It's gonna make a strength check to just bash its way through there with its movement speed. That is 15, so it's not like, it is a pretty sturdy ship, and you, as you're kind of engaging with this marrow now, face to face with it, you hear a resounding cracking sound behind you, and you look to see a set of shark teeth and a shark nose just biting its way through the wood and trying to force its way into you. It is gonna get through on probably its next turn, but you just see clamping and chomping teeth next to you. You smell just the rot of dead, old, decaying fish on its breath. Even from down here, just the water is just emanating with this taste almost. And you are now engaged from 2 sides. So he is, I'm gonna say he's right up there in your space.
Hello.
his attacks are currently at disadvantage because he is not completely through the wall, but he will be able to reach you next turn. Next up is you.
Okay.
Stanislav. You have noticed Mantuka is still chilling up on the boat. There is no Mantuka in this fight. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
So I need to alert him and possibly the rest of the ship that shit's getting real. So, let's see here. I am going to drop Shield of Faith because it's dumb to have 13 AC. I'm gonna get hit no matter what. And I'm going to.
That's what ends up making the difference.
I'll be fine.
Is our luck?
Data's green water.
For my bonus action, I'm going to use where to go. This Branding Smite, and then I'm going to stab each of them once with the spear.
Okay, go ahead.
A buoy.
I'm double checking one quick thing. Okay, you're good because you're using a spear. Yep, I was right. Okay, so they both hit. So which is first? Go ahead and roll your damage.
I'll do the shark first, so he'll take that extra 5 radiant damage.
Okay, so as the shark's kind of right there, you just take your spear and kind of jam it sideways across your body and catch it in the side of the mouth, kind of jamming down into the teeth. You see some of the teeth break loose as you twist the spear, and a little bit of blood kind of fill the water, but it's this kind of blackish red color, not what you were expecting. And
so he
you see
takes
the kind of
22
flash of
total
light,
points.
or you would see a flash of light if your fucking spear wasn't already emanating daylight at its brightest capacity. At this point, you're just blinding yourself. Damn, okay. That one takes...
22.
22, got it.
Yeah. And then the second guy, take also that.
Easily done.
And...
Another
So he takes 17 points.
17 points for the marrow?
Yeah.
Okay. He does not like that. He's doing all right, but he's definitely, as he takes a hit, you stab sideways into the shark, and then kind of bring the spear back around and kind of a short jab into the shoulder blade a little. Not hitting as hard as you would have liked, but definitely getting a good blow in on it.
And then, because I have the mobile feet, I am going to
feet.
swim 10 feet this way and then 10 feet up.
Okay. So that would just put you 10 feet above the marrow. Got it.
Yep.
Roger that.
And yeah, approximately how far is the surface?
You guys are 80 feet down here.
Cool. So I'm 70
so you're
feet
70 feet from the surface. Thanks for the lurk, Abigail. Appreciate it.
Neat. That's me.
Okay, that is your turn. This dude is just gonna tee off on Silvos because he already has an active fucking square up going with that, and he's at initiative because he is flanking. So he's gonna melee with the harpoon for 23. Silvos is gonna take 7 points. Good boy. And then he's gonna bite.
Good boy.
Oh no. I'm gonna kill my own PC.
Oh, Grace.
Man.
Oh, Grace.
This was the first druid I ever played, and I'm about to slaughter him. Mantuka, what do you got going on up there, buddy?
Do I know about anything going on yet? Did Stanley actually notify me?
Roll me. I'm gonna say roll me. He hasn't yet. He's swimming up towards you, but I will say.
Well, I've got more fucking maintenance to do.
I'll say roll me a perception check if you want to. If you're actively looking down into the water to look for more chests coming up or anyone swimming things over, you could possibly see some shit.
Okay.
Go ahead and perception check for me if you want.
I'll try it if they don't want me to do it. No, 16 probably wants me to do it.
16's pretty good. So you look down, and even from where you are, like, it's blurry, but there is that beacon of daylight that is emanating from Stanislav. So somewhere deep in the depths, you see this kind of faint silhouette of light, and every now and again, as you're looking down, you see the form of what appears to be a massive finned creature, potentially a shark, but bigger than you've ever seen Gregory go.
The shadow probably makes it look way bigger than it actually
That too. Like, it literally, to your perspective, it's several feet wide, several feet long, as it passes just over the light. and swims its way around. You kind of catch glimpses of this, and then you see the light disappear as Stanny would have made his way into the boat.
Javelin!
You hold out your hand, and Steel just runs a javelin over to you immediately.
I'm gonna get on the deck of the boat.
Mhm.
I'm going to tie my mane back
Mhm.
and fasten it, and I'm gonna like pencil dive off like horned birds into
Wait,
like
what?
the water.
Nice.
Smelly runs over quick as you're going and grabs the Steel. I'm sorry, I'm so used to calling him Smelly. Grabs one of the ropes that was pulled up last when the chest came up with the hook and just hooks it onto the back of your belt. Or he's gonna try to. So he rolls whatever Steel's dexterity is.
Okay,
Add it
hold
to
on,
that.
I can roll that.
If he beats a 12, he got it.
Steel's dexterity is +4.
+4? Okay, so he gets it. You feel just something kind of hook onto the back of your belt as you do so. And as you kind of dive in and begin to sink and swim, mostly sinking, you have hooves made of iron and your giant minotaur. You look up and see there's a rope just trailing behind you as you descend into the depths. And I will say at full sinking speed, you could get your 40 feet, or you could get about 40 feet of sinking movement in.
Nice.
It's up to you. Are you swimming?
Anger!
Drowning. Yes, let's do this.
As you hit the water, you have the same familiar sensation as Stanislav did. Water flows into your nose, into your mouth.
I'm not dying! I'm not dying!
Almost try to hold your breath. And then you realize you too can now breathe this water, this kind of salty ocean water now filling your lungs and your mouth. It's uncomfortable, to say the least. It's not a sensation you're used to, but as you're sinking, at least you find you are able to breathe. You are not suffocating.
Praise the sea, bitch, that gives me this ability.
And we'll say you get about 40 feet down. I'm going to take this little icon off you because you are actively in the fight. You got another about 40 feet to go, and as you look down, you are hanging over just a trench of blackness, and you see kind of just off to your front where the group is fighting on this kind of precipice. This kind of cliff that leads down into this deep trench as you're just sinking down, holding onto the rope, following your hooves. And you eventually find your way there. That will be it for yous. The marrow is... or the merfolk is going to roll. Okay. It should have been a wisdom save. That's my bad. It would be 17 anyway. He is going to swim out from his hiding spot. Oh, it was a rapier he had, not a spear. That's my bad. He is going to swim forward with the rapier, just jam it into the shark's mouth as well, like you saw you do. Verse 7. That's not going to hit. He swims over. And is now face to face with the shark. Oh boy. He's going to be right there. He swims over and takes his attack and is unsuccessful, but can do another one. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
So he stabs forward and Stanny, you would just catch it as you see this merfolk swim forward and start attacking the shark. The blade misses the first strike, and then the second one stabs into the wood so deep he's having trouble getting it out. And he kind of just relinquishes the blade and hovers there hopelessly with the shark just gnawing expectantly towards it. That will be his turn. Silvos is going to look up and see Mantuka making his way down. He's going to quickly smile up at you, Mantuka. Give you a quick wink, just as he kind of gets this kind of cocky look on his face. And then he is going to use his bonus action to B-shape. And where you once saw this blue-skinned, green-haired, tattooed Triton, you now see the form of this almost Gregory-sized, finned-like creature. You're almost expecting a shark, and then it expands and expands more. And right before your eyes, you see this Triton man turn into a killer whale, and is just taking up a massive space. He's a level 10 druid, dude. He's Circle of the Moon too. He got the good shit, and I actually have a mini for him. Let's go.
Is he good or bad for Mantuka?
That's up to you. You saw your captain do that, so I would figure.
Okay, cool. He's cool.
You would know. So he just appears below. I'm gonna move him to the bottom layer, or the to back. There you go. So he just appears below all of them, and he's going to use his action to attack one of them.
Yes.
So it's going to attack the one furthest to the left for 13. I think that still hits, if my memory is not wrong. It does. Let's fucking go, my dude. For 28 points. So, Mantuka, as you're descending, you watch this massive whale just kind of appear and then twist its way up and take a chunk out of the torso of one of these marrow fighting it and just twist the piece off, and you just see an entire bite-sized chunk missing from this thing's torso. It is barely holding itself together, basically more than half its HP in a single strike. Not quite more, but very fucking close. That would be... I need to put this dude back on the map for Silvos now. Where's my big guy? Add turn. I'm going to put him at a 12 because he was at that point in the order. And that works for me. Ascending, and then I just go back to the whale. Perfect. Next up is going to be the guy that was after you, Stanny. So as you kind of start swimming up, you see a splash above you, and a massive figure just descending quickly down towards you. You kind of catch the silhouette of a big pair of horns against the sun that's just creeping through the clouds and giving you this silhouette view from below the ocean.
Perfect.
And then you look to your right as Silvos just transforms into a massive whale. You feel all this water displace as he does so, and then just takes an absolute bite out of one of those guys. The marrow behind you, however, not too keen on you getting away. Him. So he is going to, from 10 feet above, he's going to harpoon you. 21 to hit for 13 piercing damage. And he's going to just pull you towards him. If you want to contest, you can. Otherwise, he's just going to pull you back down towards him. You get advantage from...
This time I will contest.
From Boofa guy there, Pete. You're going to contest? Okay, you got to be 16.
Yeah. Do I roll athletics or just straight strength?
Just strength. It's just a contested strength. You're literally just playing tug of war with this guy. Okay. So as he's trying to pull you, you just wrap your arm around the cord and just don't let him. What's up, Pete?
I already have advantage I haven't used yet, so I don't want to steal someone's points. Or if they want to use someone else.
You can pass it on, or we can refund the points. That's all good. Or you can stack. You can stack the advantages if you want. You just got to use them all this game. That's the only rule.
Do it.
I'm going to pass it to Adolescent Gregory.
Okay, that's fair. Shark Gregory probably going to need it. He's getting his ass beat.
Street Shark Gregory needs help.
In case a concentration check goes a little awry or whatever.
So since it fails pulling you towards it, it's going to swim the 10 feet up to you and try to lash out with its claws. 23. You take 7 points of slashing damage as he does so. And he is now just kind of below you, scratching at your knees and waist. Night, Boofa guy. Have a good one, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you for swinging by the stream. Gregory, what is that little purple aura going on? Oh, is that your sharks or your?
That's the octopuses.
That's the octopi. I love it.
Octopus puss.
Octopus puss. Okay. Next up is going to be the shark that's going after you, and it is going to. You are still in its range, so it could, in theory, still attack you. But I think it's more concerned with getting the octopi off. So there's two. We said there's 2 affixed to it currently, and he's going to actively just try to spin, like he's going to start swimming as fast as he can and just try to start thrashing around.
Sharknado.
Yeah, he's not like actively moving. He's just thrashing his body, trying to get these creatures off of him. So I guess we'll try to break one off to start. So it'll be contested strength saving. Damn it! Not good enough. Is unable to shake the octopi, and that's its whole action. Has no bonus action.
Nice.
Fuck. Well done. Good counter to the shark. Gonna need a bigger boat. Whoever seems most appropriate. Someone is gonna get a D. Well, Gregory's a shark, but Stanny is fighting a shark with nothing but a spear and his
Stan's
claws.
gonna need a bigger boat.
I think Stan's gonna need a bigger boat.
I'll be fine.
Stanny, you get a D6. Or
I don't need a boat, I'm a shark.
D6 or D8. I can't remember what the inspirational quote gives you off the top of that. We're going to say a D8. Take
a boat
D8
would kill
inspiration.
me.
A boat would kill him. That's true. He is the boat. Anyway, that'll be the shark's turn. Very
I am the boat
disappointed.
now.
I am the boat now. This guy is the one that got a chunk taken out of him by this fucking whale. So he's not happy about that. He's going to use his action to disengage, and he's going to swim
Whale.
his movement over this way. As he does, he's going to come over a little more towards the octopi and stuff instead of out, and he's going to throw his harpoon at one of the octopi, not on the shark.
Does Killer Whale get an attack of opportunity?
Yep, never mind. He can't attack because he disengaged. Thank you. Caught me on that. Hydrate from Kraken's Cove. Thank you. He disengaged, so no attack this round. That's a good point. Thank you for stopping. He's going to go there then instead of going into attack. That'll be his turn. Next up, this guy is going to swim down and around to try and face this killer whale. And is going to start lashing out at it, trying to stab it with the harpoon for an 11. Pretty sure that's not going to hit.
No, my real pad.
Bite. The bite's going to hit, so the killer whale takes 7 from its total HP. Not looking too bad. Gregory, you are up. You watch all this happening. You don't quite see what's going on with Silvos and the giant killer whale action happening over there as it's happening on the opposite side of the ship. But as you kind of look through the gaps in the wood that your octopi squeeze through, you just see a massive form appear and start striking out and lashing out in every direction. It looks like some kind of massive marine animal has appeared. Whether or not it's on your side right now, I'd say you don't really know. What do you want to do?
Regardless, Gregory's gonna note that away in the mental inspiration journal. And then he's going to kind of sneak up in a serpentine fashion to the shark that's grappled and sort of mentally try and get the same thing that happened down with the grate, where it's just a circle forms away from the tentacles, and I go, Harrah!
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
I'm a
With advantage because he's actively grappled currently and completely immobile.
And I have pack tactics.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Okay.
So,
Oh, no.
And why not? I'll just roll another d20 here. Yep, no.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you definitely hit on the bite. So 10 points piercing damage to it. It's already pretty hurt, too, from all the squeezing.
Which is coming more.
Shout out coming more. Anyway, here you go. Go ahead and attack. I need that as an emote of Peter for the channel. Need that. Okay, go ahead and roll the attack.
That shit can't go viral.
No, it needs to go viral. That's how you retire, dude. You'd be the
right.
There's Star Wars kids, Numa guy, and Pete Blowjob Face.
The Star Wars kid, he's fucked up, man.
You could be in the upper.
My life.
You could be the upper. Yeah, but you gotta spin it. You gotta make it a positive. You're the guy who jerked dudes off on your face on stream. That's like huge. That's massive.
Dude.
The Bukkake face. We love it. All right.
Bukkake
Moving on.
buddy.
Bukkake buddies. Make your fucking octopus attacks right now. Right now.
Right now.
Right
I'm gonna
now.
have, one of them.
So many
he's gonna-
tentacles.
So many tentacles.
One of the octopi are gonna come loose, and only one's gonna kind of hold them. I'm like, that's overkill. I don't need all. I don't need a bunch.
Covering his eyes.
I think that's exactly what you should do. In fact, I'll say if you hit, they will all continue to grapple him. All 4. But
Oh, good.
they're 4 separate octopus. Like this, that makes sense to me right now. I don't think they'd be able to grapple him without it. All 4 of them kind of participating anyway, but go ahead and roll your attacks.
How many tickles does it take to tickle an octopus? 10 tickles.
Hits. Does not hit. I'd say it hits. Okay, that hits. Roll one more times.
Grapple his heart out of his body.
Yeah, this is like
Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained, and the octopus can't use its tentacles on another target.
yeah, no.
The
So
wording-
they
the wording
they
varies.
just keep squeezing him over and over. Okay,
The
so
wording
3
varies.
hits, 1 crit. Roll the crit first. So what's the max damage the tentacle can do?
2d6 plus 3.
Okay, so
Yep,
15. Well, we'll just do the 2d6. So 12, and then add whatever you roll to it, because you don't add the bonuses until you roll. As it become full, we have this.
My God.
26. And then...
That's
26, and then...
okay. And
That's
it,
the
32.
spicy
it's gonna be
octopi.
enough. One more. Roll the damage because he already. Okay, yeah, that's
32,
it.
41.
So no one's gonna see this but you. But you'll. Oh, this fucking guy.
51!
This poor traumatized bastard will watch as this fucking giant, huge-sized shark is completely enwrapped by giant, a giant octopus. Thank you for the subby, Extirpate. I appreciate you. Came in just in time for the tentacle party. Let's go. How you doing? Gregory watches as your summoned fucking octopus all surround this this shark and begin squeezing and wrapping the tentacles around it. One kind of pries over the eye and then pushes in and kind of pops its way into the socket and works its way into the brain and then just constricts the rest of the shark. And eventually it just goes limp in the ocean and just kind of begins to awkwardly float and then half sink and kind of just hover in place as the octopus are still wrapped around it, tentacles going into basically whatever nook they can find in through the gills to suffocate it. Yeah. You fucking eviscerated that shark. I'm good. Hell yeah, man. Glad to hear it.
And in that very last moment, one of the octopus just kind of come off the thing and do like a twirl and a spin above it and pirouette. And then you just hear an almost perfect comment from the shark. Graceful.
Shark dies. Love it.
Nice.
Love it. Okay. Quite a turn. Quite a turn indeed. Okay. So next up is this shark, who's still not through the wood, but is actively trying to attack this dude. So he's at disadvantage for it.
Oh my God.
Oh, it didn't matter. It didn't fucking matter. 10 points.
In the end.
Okay. Okay, he's fine. He's not fine, but so no one would really see this. Stanislav, you'd probably be able to see it from where you are. You're not quite above the height of the deck or the submerged deck at this point. So still looking in, you watch as the shark kind of pries its way through more of the wood, clamping and chomping its teeth down as it does, and it catches the edge of the fin on the merfolk's tail and just takes it off entirely. So it basically swims with half a fin. Blood begins to pool around the water, around the shark's head and in the water, forming this dark cloud of kind of darkish color blood. And the shark goes into a frenzy as it begins to just pry and push its way through the planks of the ship and begins to start making its way further inward. So this dude's in getting into pretty big trouble at this point. But that'll be it for the shark.
I don't have anything to say about it.
Yeah, you watch as half this thing's HP is just stripped away from it. This next one is going to swim down around the back of the fucking whale, and together with its buddy, is going to try to stab the harpoon in it with advantage. Because flanking. 23, 12 points piercing to the whale. And then instead of making a multi-attack, he's just going to spend the rest of his attack action holding this harpoon in and try to just hold this like harpoon into the animal and maintain its grip and try to hold it, help start holding it in place somehow. So he's just got a bit of a grip on that one. Next up, Stanny. You're still kind of above this marrow that's been attacking you from underneath. Looking past it, you see the shark pushing its way through the side of the sunken ship towards this merfolk who's now like reeling back in pain and terror. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't like that. So I'm gonna just zip here to get a good look at the shark, and I'm gonna cast Compelled Duel on it as for my bonus action.
Ooh, we love a Compelled Duel. What's
I'd like
the
to cast
save?
Fight Me, bitch.
Fight me, bitch!
Yeah.
Oh, it's unlikely. He has a 0. Yeah, okay, so 11. The deets. So he's compelled to
I'd like
duel
to
you,
cast
or
Hold
if he
My
attacks
Purse at level 6.
If he attacks anyone else, it's disadvantage, or is he forced to attack you? Just refresh my memory on that. I got it.
The creature is drawn to you, compelled by my demand. It has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me, and must make a Wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from me.
And I'm gonna say the shark is probably stupid enough that its attention just shifts to you entirely at this point. It is still in a frenzy, and it is gnawing its way through the wood. It's almost halfway through. It will be through on its next turn. It'll be able to actively swim up and attack you. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack this guy twice. That was a bonus action.
Compelled duel is a bonus action? Damn.
Sure shit is.
That's a good one. See, that's like the kind of shit tanks need to be using, right? Like, that's seriously underutilized.
I've always had it. I just haven't had
never once
like a
used
good
it.
opportunity like this.
There's never a bad opportunity to use Compelled Duel as the party tank.
Well, I always have Shield of Faith up in other concentration spells, so that's why.
That's fair.
Yeah,
so
it's,
he is
smacking
actively...
time.
Okay, go ahead and smack this Merle.
Stabbing time, I guess. Why have I been rolling one-handed? I can attack two-handed. I don't have shield.
You can, underwater, yep.
Yeah. So there's 2 attacks. I think they both hit.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll damage. He's already, like, looking a little saucy. Taking a couple hits
Neat.
on him
So
already.
here's first one.
17 damage? Oh, yeah, 18 on him the first time, I think.
It didn't go through.
What was it? I trust you. I trust you. Oh, so let's do a shout out for extra pay. I haven't got no mods in chat. Right
11, and then... Oh, it rolls the... Oh, cool, it rolls the
Thank you
D8
for
for
the
me.
subby. It does.
So, 14 points of damage,
Okay.
3 of which is radiant.
For the first attack. He's looking pretty rough as you step forward and just drive with all your might, not having anywhere sturdy to plant your feet. You just drive the spear forward using all the muscle in your arms to do so and spear it right through his gut and pull it out. The blood still fills the water. He's still alive, but he's looking really rough. He puts one hand over the wound.
Yeah.
Roll your next
Here's
damage.
the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna put... I want to be sure of this. I'm gonna put a second level smite into this.
Mm-hmm. That's valid. We love a second level smite.
How much? Start at 2 or 3. Sorry, I forget. It's... Okay, so it's gonna be 3d8.
3d8. Okay. Yeah, he's cusping. Okay, that'll do it.
So that's another 26 points of damage.
This time you stab forward again, driving the spear, and almost the same wound. And as you do, you unleash your gout of holy energy there, and radiant energy just bursts inside this creature. You watch as the wound sizzles, and bubbles start to form around it as the water is just flash boiled by the radiant energy. And you draw the spear out, and watch as this creature just begins floating lifelessly back from you, kind of taken in the currents. Well done.
Sweet. So taking just a quick glance around, seeing what's going on, I want to get this shark away from my new friend.
Okay.
I'm going to move just 20 feet backwards.
You moved 5 feet to see the shark better.
I'm going to move 15 feet backwards.
There you go. Easily done. You make your way back. The shark is still just intent on you at this point. Mantuka, you're about 40 feet away. What do you want to do?
40 feet. So
You're 40 feet away from that guy, or 40 feet up, plus the distance to them. But
So is that 40 and 40, or just flat 40?
it'd probably be about 45 at an angle going down to him. But
Fuck.
you're within harpoon throwing range by the time you get down there. If you just
I can't
sink,
throw
if you're not,
the harpoon if I only have a harpoon, DM.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm giving you a freebie, not making you swim your way down because you're sinking. That's your whole movement, but you get 40 feet of it. Take a freebie on me. One on the house.
How about counter offer?
Mm-hmm.
You allow me
Counter-offer.
40 feet, and I am allowed to jazz tiara them.
Yeah, underwater jazz tiara.
Yeah.
I'll say, I mean, range attacks are at disadvantage, but yep, absolutely doable.
Well, how would I jazz tiara before I get there?
Like from above?
No. Like instead of me being on top of them and fucking trying to Cyclops them,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still 40 feet back. That's not disadvantage. Jazz tiara as I'm coming in.
It's physically disadvantaged to do range attacks underwater, specifically with beams of fire.
It's emotionally.
It's emotionally. The attacks
It's a
will,
steam blast.
especially if you're
Emotional damage.
I will take your disadvantage.
Yeah, you get a disadvantage. You can use one of your advantages to cancel it out. There you go.
Yeah,
Look
but
at you.
there's 3 beams, so it's 3 different
Yep.
rolls. But yes.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your attacks. Easily done.
Okay.
This is also like exerting your will to make them actually travel that distance. 18.
Okay. That was the first
Mhm.
one. It's +4. I'll just figure it out. I'll do math. Oh god, that I'm gonna use my fucking advantage on that bullshit. It was a nat 1.
Yeah, okay, so it's an 18. That hits. Your first attack hits.
No, it was a
Cancel the nat
disadvantage,
1.
though. Oh
Yeah.
my sweet Jesus! I'm done.
Yeah, so you rolled an
Boy.
you rolled an 18 and a 1. You said you're using your advantage, right? So we'll cancel
Yeah.
the 1 and say the 18 hits. Because
Okay.
with advantage, it would have been that straight roll. And then your next attack is the
Double
nat
ones.
1. Yeah, is just the
Yep.
1. It's just the single 1. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Because you're using advantage to cancel out the other natural one. We'll say it's like an out post roll maneuver.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then you roll a 1 and a 10. So your first one hits. Which one are you aiming at?
The closest one.
Okay.
Isn't it 10 plus 4 as well?
It's +4, yes.
So 14. Ooh, actually, a 14 will hit these bitches. So you get 2 hits.
Sweet. Let me
Two
roll
hitties.
this effing damage.
Titty
8
titties.
Yeah.
and 7.
Okay. 13 damage. No, 15 damage. Dude. Okay. So you all watch, even from here in the darkness or with Stanny's sun, you see the bright orange glow of flame as 3 gouts of fire just unleash themselves downward at these people. Roll me 1 more to hit for that nat 1. Nat 1 ranged attacks when you have allies in the range sometimes end badly.
Okay, so you want me to roll another?
Just roll me a straight d20 and add your 4 to it. 'cause there is a-
DM for
there
you.
is
Don't
a-
ask this man not to roll
There
one
is like
right now.
there is like a 20-foot whale right there just chilling. A
13.
9. Okay. 13 will not wait. It does. Nice.
Do you want me to roll damage?
Yes, please.
Sweet. Fuck you, whale. You in the AoE range.
Oh no.
6.
Okay, it's fine.
Fuck
6
you, whale.
points of boiling water damage.
Fuck you, Brendan
Get
Fraser.
your feet off my couch.
It's fine. It doesn't even like flinch under that shit.
You dare bring
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser into this. He's a saint.
He's a saint. Okay,
He was
that'll
in
be...
that movie The Whale, wasn't he?
He was, yep. That'll be it for your turn, right? Okay.
Correct.
Next up, we have the Marrow, who is going to action, disengage, and return to his hiding spot in the corner. He's just going to chill back there for now. He tried to help. It didn't end well for him. Next, we're going to have Whale Silvos. He's just going to attack the fucking dude he's been going at for an 11. That sucks. He gonna miss. Damn. I am Lesage. Okay. So the whale just lashes out. You can feel the water being displaced as this massive creature is moving around. It does not manage to make contact, however. This guy is out of the initiative order because he's dead. Next up will be this dude, who is not looking great already. So he's just gonna run. He's going to flee. And he can move 40 feet. Yep, so he's off map. Using his action to dash, he's now 40 feet off the edge of the map and down into the canyon, just making his way away from you. So I'm going to say he is now out of your grasp and out of the initiative order. Gregory, you see this one creature just flee and disappear into the darkness of the trench beneath you. What do you want to do?
There's a slight moment of.
You can try to
He's
catch
gonna-
him if you want. You
He's
can
gonna
try.
grumble, but he's gonna. There's a moment where the shark instinct kind of takes over, and he's like, "Dad, nothing must survive." But he's gonna go for his friends first, so he's gonna start moving up and over this way. So I'd say he's got how much? 40 feet, so 20
40
feet.
yeah.
So 20 feet up, 20 feet over.
Okay, sure. Yeah, go ahead and move yourself.
10, 15, 20.
Yep.
And octopus sees. God, it feels weird saying pussies. It never will not feel weird.
Octopi. Octopi.
No. I gotta
Octopus.
say it the right way.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Gotta be scientific.
Exactly. They're gonna follow behind me with 60 feet, so 30 feet up, or 20 feet up, and then 30 feet over.
Okay.
Then 15, 20,
25, 30. There we go. They're
It's
just
not
kind
bad
of
to say.
maintaining a cloud behind me of tentacle
Of-
porn.
Yeah, I was. Oh god.
The backdrop.
Okay, you see Stanny kind of pulling away from the ship and kind of looking over the edge. You see the shark tail just thrashing around and pieces of wood breaking off of the ship as you're catching
Shark
the
tail.
tail end of the
Woo.
shark making its way through the ship. You motherfucker. That's your turn. I don't even care if you wanted to do anything else. That's your fucking turn. Fuck you.
I used my action
You-
and bonus action to
make
sing that
joke,
song.
To make that fucking joke, and now you get to suffer for it. He is going to swim at you, Stanny. And get in your range, and he's going to make attack against you.
Cool.
Big ass shark. Go chomp chomp.
I mean, they hit.
Ow.
Hey, okay, yeah, you have no armor. You take 13 points of piercing damage as the shark just basically does a swim by
Fortunate.
and clasps onto the back of your calf and rips a chunk of meat off of you as you do. And there's just a piece of the back of your leg just missing as it loops back around in the spot and kind of maintains its movement in doing so. That will, however... wait. You already down some hit points, correct? And you're
Oh, yeah.
actively bleeding. Okay, so he has Blood Frenzy, which means he can
Good.
roll with advantage. Just wanted to hunt that natural 20.
okay.
Did not get it. I will take the damage from the initial bite, though. Don't worry. Not the 27. You take 13 points of piercing, and that will be its turn. Next up, we have this marrow over here, who is going to just like held in the killer whale with its harpoon, is going to spend half of its attack just maintaining that and just lash into it with the claws, and it's kind of just holding on to its back. Claw.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Who's in the most danger currently? Oh, who is the lowest H? I think probably Gregory. Well, Gregory got hit pretty hard. Stanny's been taking hits. Stanny probably.
I'm
Probably
fine.
Stanny.
I have a new body.
Or our
I
killer
look
whale
fine.
friend. Okay, so 2d6 is 12. Plus, I'm gonna roll that again because I don't like the way it rolls crits. 12 plus 14 plus another 4. Oh damn. 30 total damage, I believe. Yeah. How much HP does that killer whale have? Oof, okay. Killer whale is definitely bloodied at this point. There is just a pool or a cloud of blood that has formed around it as Sylvos is just desperately fighting these two marrow off. Mantuka, you are getting close to him. You're coming up in the order after Stanny. Stanny, what do you want to do? You're just face to face with this shark just gnashing its teeth out at you, thrashing around in the water.
Okay. I'm gonna do some crazy shit.
We love that. We love crazy shit. What you got? What you got? Stanny, you
Um,
got Curse of Disadvantage from Krakens. Oh, I love that.
Really?
I love that. That makes me so happy. Thank you. Thank you.
So for my turn, I'm gonna go fuck myself.
Look of pure disappointment. The ocean fights back. It's the Kraken, dude. What do you expect?
Yep.
Welcome to the
Back
Kraken's
off my
Cove,
back.
bitch.
Okay. So,
Go ahead. What are you doing?
well, I don't know now. My plans might have fucking changed.
TikTok?
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I'm gonna just stab it twice.
You're gonna
I was
just
gonna do
stab
some
twice.
really cool shit, but now I'm just gonna stab.
Try
it.
the really cool shit. If the dice gods are in your favor,
Okay,
you'll
fine.
still succeed.
I'm gonna just like swim towards the shark,
What do
and
you have to
I
lose
wanna,
except your legs?
I wanna try and grapple it. By
You want to
its,
grapple a shark?
yeah, by its
Yeah.
jaws.
Okay, like fingers between the teeth, kind of thing.
No, I want to like not grab the teeth, obviously, because then
Yeah,
my
no.
fingers will fall off. I want to kind of grab like its gums, basically.
Okay, try to work the fingers in there. All right, so that's going to be contested checks. It's strength versus your strength at disadvantage, or athletics for you technically. But so it rolled a 20.
Hold up.
Ooh.
No!
Oh,
That was
so
my
close. So close.
Okay, it failed.
That was your D8 inspirations. Oh, bummer, dude. That was close. That was so close. So you kind of begin trying to grapple the shark, and you get your fingers around the gums, kind of get one leg up by the fin, kind of holding it and trying to pry its mouth open. but are unable to do so. I'll say you're still kind of actively entangled with it, but you're not actively grappling at this time.
Nope.
That was so close. It was so close.
And seeing as how I feel like I have this thing's attention enough now, I'm gonna drop Compelled Duel and toss up.
I would
Searing
like to grapple
Smite.
the shark. Kapow! The ocean got you. Okay, Searing Spite.
I
Okay,
was gonna grab it and try and break its jaw open.
I mean, you can keep trying. You don't have disadvantage next turn. We'll see what happens. Mantuka, you're up. You see Stanislav just wrestling with a fucking shark right now. You see your captain, Silvos, who is recently just turned himself into a killer whale, is actively getting stabbed repeatedly by these two marrow that have him flanked on either side. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna fuck up the guy that I'm working with. Stan looks like he can just do whatever he wants to do with his life choices over there.
Just wrestling a shark. No big deal.
And I'm
Okay.
just gonna fucking. I've got my javelin, so I'm gonna do. Fuck. I'm gonna bonus action rage first, and
Yep,
then I'm
fair.
going to attempt to javelin like stab at
So
him.
you do get it within the 5-foot range at this point as you sink the remaining 40 feet this turn, just raging as you do.
Sweet.
Just slowly sinking
and,
down.
and I'm doing this recklessly, just in case.
You're gonna hit. with a
Just
17.
bubbles coming out.
But like
20
Mary Poppinsing down. Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11 piercing damage with the
Okay,
javelin.
that guy's already pretty fucked up. So you swim over your first, and you stab down into the back of the torso. As it does, it kind of looks up at you and just spits bubbles in your face. You can taste the kind of rotten fish on its breath that it's been eating as it kind of pushes water towards you. It is still alive, but it is struggling. Go ahead and make your next attack.
Give him the finger and then do it again. Oh god.
Just snarling at you with these gnarled,
Oh,
twisted.
maybe I don't.
teeth.
12? Does 12 hit?
I think a 12 is gonna miss. Yeah, you got hit a 13. Unfortunately.
Fuck.
So the next strike, as you pull the javelin free and try to lash in again at this point, it very quickly with its own harpoon just knocks your strike out of the way. You were unable to get any purchase on that one, unfortunately.
Well, that's me. That's
Okay,
me.
that'll be it. The merfolk is just fucking hiding. That's his whole reason for existing anymore. Seeing you're engaged with that one, Silvos is going to turn his attention on the one that's been stabbing him in the ass this whole time and kind of twist his way around and kind of shake the harpoon loose so he can get an attack on him.
Right in the cloaca.
Right in the cloaca. 21 for 21 points of piercing. We fucking love that.
We do.
He just spins around as quickly as a whale could and adjusts his attack and manages to just get a piece of this thing's tail and hold it in its mouth before it yanks free a piece and rips a fin off. Not entirely dissimilar to what happened to your merfolk friend. That will be his turn. He doesn't have any moving or anything like that to do. So that's easy. Easy peasy. Next up is the merfolk who is fighting Mantuka. Mantuka, he is going to take a couple of strikes against you.
Fuck him.
First with the harpoon for a 9, but at advantage because reckless.
I'm a bull. What the fuck?
He's
Advantage.
going to try to claw
Get
you
disadvantage.
with advantage. 23.
This
You take
fucking sea bull.
What? I'll allow it, but this is shit.
You take 7 points. He gets 2 attacks, homie. Fuck you, dude. You take 7 points, reduced because you're raging, and we round up, so it'll be 4 points of slashing damage as he misses with the harpoon. The left claw just comes down and scrapes across your chest, leaving like a trail of blood or a little cloud just kind of trickling into the ocean.
Sea bulls don't like that shit.
That'll be his fucking turn. Gregory, you're watching this unfold now. You see Mantuka kind of engaged with this individual. Whales, known for their sharp turn radius. Fuck off. Okay, Krakens. The sea can come for them, but it doesn't come for me. Understand?
Yar.
And I come for the sea.
It did like a... did a
And
loop.
exclusively for the sea.
It did a loop. It hit it with his tail. I don't care. It works. DM
It
says
works.
It works. We're going for
It
it.
slaps.
Gregory, what are you
Orca
doing?
tail.
Get
I'm
fucking
gonna
orca
go
tail,
ahead
bitch.
and rocket forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And the octopus is
they drill forward and they shoot with impressive speed. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Just in range of the shark.
Lovely.
Just in range of the shark. I'd say flanking with the shark and Stanislav at this time.
Go.
Mhm.
And here comes the hente. Go. Here comes the hente. Dootin' doo doo. Here comes the hente, and I say,
I don't want to fucking be here anymore.
how many hit? Was that 3?
I don't fucking care. Fuck you.
I broke God.
You've been cocky to death.
Okay, so
yeah.
the 23, 14, and 13 all hit.
When did I lose you? Was it the hente or was it the Beatles cover?
I'm done. I'm done. Probably the Beatles cover, honestly.
Yeah.
I hate one a lot more than the other. I don't like either,
Sergeant
but
Hentai
I know which one I
Zone,
dislike
well.
more.
Hey, Yowie.
No.
Don't make it bad.
Ugh.
Take a sad
okay.
song
No,
and
no.
make it better.
No, I don't want to do that.
Remember to let them into your butt.
There. Now that they're not bothering us anymore, Peter. Now you're muted, I muted them so I wouldn't have to talk to these fucks anymore, and now you're muted. Who am I supposed to
good.
talk to, Peter? Who am I
You
going to
got
talk
me.
to now?
I'm here. I'm good.
I just
Whatever you
unmuted
want, DM.
both of you. There you go.
Fuck
Gregory, you should be unmute. Oh, no. There you go. You can unmute yourself now. They just muted. Now they're just mad at me. They're just mad at me. That's what you fucking get.
Wait, 7,
Okay.
36, 37, 38. 38.
It's still alive, and fuck you. So the tentacle, like the octopi, all but one lash out around it and wrapped its tentacles around and begin squeezing and twisting. You hear the sounds of bones cracking as the octopi just squeeze tighter and tighter on the fins and everything. It's still alive, but it's not fucking happy. It is.
I can change that.
It is time.
I'll make him happy.
No, I'll make him the live part.
You are still within its
Okay,
range.
you're
It's
left
not at disadvantage on any of its strikes. It just can't move.
Hmm?
So, Gregory, that's your turn, yes? Staniad is going to take a bite attack against you in just desperation at this point. As you guys
Oh,
are beginning
go,
to...
Gomez.
It's beginning to feel cornered. It's a 16. You take 21
Yep.
points of piercing damage as it takes another chunk, this time out of the upper part of your leg, moving forward and trying to get a little closer to your torso as it does so, but unfortunately unable to do so. Fuck! Okay.
Okay, I have a lot of muscle.
That'll be it for Shark. Next up is this dude who's just gonna stab at the killer whale. Nope, he, seeing things are not going his way, is going to use his action to disengage and then swim 40 feet straight down into the trench below. You can still see him, he's just on the crest of your vision, everybody, but he just kind of disappears into the trench. Stanny, I'd say you'd probably not be able to see him more Gregory, but Mantuka, you do still have a clear visual. He's just about 40 feet below you. That'll be his turn. Stanny, you're up. At this point, you see the shark is being held and grappled by the octopi around it. You do have a fair shot. If you want to try your thing again,
Very
that
good.
would be a chance.
No. Stanny realizes
Inspirational
that
quote
this thing
for
hurts.
the shark. Okay, what's your inspirational quote? Your shark get pissed? Okay, I got it. That's the shark. Okay. It is pissed.
Chad
You
is
can't
rigging the
fucking
game
do
against
anything.
us.
It is.
Am I flanking with the octopi?
You are if you're actively attacking.
Yeah.
You'd be at
I'm gonna
advantage
just
for
wind
your
up-
grapple too, but if you're actively attacking it as you do
Nah.
so.
I'm gonna wind up and just stab it twice.
Question. What did you do with your spear when you were using two hands to try to pry its mouth open?
I was like holding it in one hand as I was trying to
Okay.
pry it.
Sure. We'll allow it. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
Okay. Yeah, I should have thought about that. You're right.
You probably
Have you
would've.
watched the movie Tarzan,
You
the animated one? Just saying.
Just stick it in its mouth.
In his butt.
Yeah.
In his butt.
I stabbed twice.
Okay, go ahead and make your stabs with advantage. With the advantages.
There's one,
Hits.
and there's two.
Hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. It doesn't have to be very high.
Okay.
Does not have to be very high. I'm
Here's
sorry, Krakens.
the
It's not
first
looking
one.
good for your shark.
Oh wow, 18 points of
Still
damage.
up, but like as you thrust
Okay.
down, kind of catching just above the back of the eye and stabbing down into the head, you twist, pull the javelin or pull the spear out, and ready your next strike. Go ahead and roll your damage for the next one.
15.
Okay, 15. Go ahead and describe how you kill the shark.
So basically, the first one, I see that the octopi have grappled this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one, I'm gonna take a chance to just stab it like right in the nose,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bonk!
and then as it's reeling in pain, hoping that its mouth is open, I
Definitely.
just aim and just stab right in as far as I can go,
Okay.
Take a chance.
hoping to hit an
Feel
organ of some
feel
kind.
the spear go as deep as you can. You're basically holding it by the back, half a foot of it, and just thrusting home. You feel
Kinda like
the
moving
spear
it
just
around and shit.
bouncing off a couple ribs, and then tearing through flesh and organs as it does, and then it stops dead as you reach the end of your reach, and you pull it out,
Yoink it
along
out.
with a number of shark bits that have been kept on the end of the spear as you've dislodged it, and the shark just flops one last time, and limply just begins sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
Very good.
Still covered in octopi. Just
Nice.
suction right on there. He's dead.
And I'm gonna move just 20 feet towards
Killer whale Silvas.
that guy.
Okay. Next up, Mantuka.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do what I do and keep fucking stabbing this dude, I guess.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Seems legit.
Pretty good chance of
Pretty
killing him.
standard.
I will say you can. He's pretty
22
low. On,
to hit?
Okay, 22 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damages.
Cool.
13 total.
10.
Or 10 total, yep. So you stab forward again, get it right into the torso, and twist, pull it out one more time, and with its last few breaths, it's just getting ready to lunge at you in one last desperate attempt. You got one more attack.
Is he dead? Or
No,
not yet?
he's looking like he's on death's door and is just ready to desperately lash out against you.
So, bonus action, Pole Master, will you let me just, like, do another, like, little weak jab for a
Yeah,
D4, or
fucking-
no?
Yeah, dude. It's a bonus
Alright.
action, totally fair. You spin as you kind of stab. Your momentum carries the back end of the spear up, and you with the kind of pointed back end of the spear shaft, just jam it forward for a little D4.
Oh, not 20!
So it's a D4 plus your
What
strength,
with the 20s
correct?
today?
Yeah, it's a D4 plus 4.
Okay, so roll a D4, and we'll add that because it's exploding crits. So your base damage.
Yeah.
4 plus 4 plus D4.
Okay. Go ahead and describe how you go ahead and kill this creature, as it appears to be
Yes.
the last active combatant in the group. The other one does appear pretty intent on fleeing. Go ahead and describe your kill.
So it's like a fish. It's like a merfolk type thing.
Yeah, picture a corrupted. It's a marrow. It's a corrupted.
Yeah,
A corrupted mermaid,
Um,
basically.
So during the first encounter, he kind of looks at me and gives me the stink eye.
Mhm.
So I make sure to turn and I do like one of these like cool cue like eye shots. And I fucking torque him right in the eyeball. And
Okay.
it goes into like the back of his skull. Doesn't protrude because I'm like I'm not that strong. I'm not proficient in the sea.
Mhm.
I'm not a sea bull.
As you. Mhm,
but yeah.
Go ahead.
Proficient to see.
Hell yeah. As you turn
I'm
around and you
Sybil
just
Shepherd.
drive the back end of the halberd, it looks at you, it's yeah, and as the halberd just punctures into its eye and the skull goes, and you see a little trickle of bubbles and stuff come out of it as it just limply hanging on the edge of your halberd now, and you're kind of just stuck with it on the end. Javelin. Yeah, whatever. Spear, javelin, same thing. It all works the same for me. It's just a long pointy stick, okay? Well, you corrected me. Damn. With the back of the javelin, just jam it into his eye and pop it out the other side. His body, too, begins to sink limply to the bottom of the ocean. Next up is the merfolk. We're skipping him. Whale Silvos is pissed.
Yep.
He big mad.
He turns and swims his whole 60 feet movement, and in one motion is just going to open his mouth and try to swallow
Wow.
this thing in one bite. And it's running and not looking, so I'm giving him advantage. Didn't matter. It was a 21, 22. So you watch. That's enough. They don't have that much HP. This massive whale just swims downward faster than you would expect. And you see it just open its mouth, and then this creature just disappear in a poof of blood that almost comes out like a cloud in the water. You see one single foot or one single fin off the tail floating up, having not been swallowed whole. And the whale just turns around and faces all of you. Gregory, you see this massive killer whale now facing with you, almost smiling as you see a little bit of tail just kind of sticking out of its mouth. And it just...
Danny gives him a good double thumbs up.
Yeah, swallows the rest of its food. And then you see him just slowly shift back. Slowly shrinking down, back to Silvos, your captain, the individual who brought you on this journey. Makes contact with you, Shark Ryan, and quickly just tips the hat that suspiciously stayed on his head despite being underwater. And that is where we're going to call things for today, because we are running late. And I'm ready to call it. So that'll be it for today. Good fucking combat, guys. It was our first
That's fun.
underwater.
Pat,
It's almost like I'm planning a pirate campaign or something next. I wanted to test out underwater combat or something. So
That was great.
You guys did really good. That was really fun. I enjoyed that. Next week we'll deal with the rest of the treasure and getting that all dealt with. So now we need to find someone to go ahead and raid our shit out to. Let's see who's doing stuff today. We haven't rated Creep Show in a bit. She is doing some art tonight, so let's shoot in there and say hello.
Just because I won't be here next week and for a while after, Danny's, just so you can roleplay it, Danny will go over and help the merfolk dude. Obviously,
Donate all of the gold to me.
I figured we would be dealing with that. So we're gonna go ahead and raid out to Creep Show over there. If you guys haven't already, say goodbye to Chris. He's gonna be leaving us for a little while after today. He'll be back in a couple months, but in the meantime, we are gonna miss him very, very, very much.
So much.
If you guys haven't already, please do swing into the Discord and check that shit out. That's gonna be tight. You're right, Nerd Hollow. It's very sad. It's very sad. Oh, wait, this fucking Nerd Hollow is way up there. My chat didn't scroll. Okay, who was the last? I missed so many chats. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, well, Kayla, bye. See, Kayla says bye. At least one person. We're gonna throw you a nice little goodbye party, dude. I missed so many chats. Fuck, my chat wasn't even scrolling. My bad. Sybil the Seabull. I like that. Anyway, swing into the Discord if you haven't already. I'm sorry I missed your chats, guys. And if you haven't check out the YouTube already, swing into the YouTube. All of the episodes are up to date now. Last but not least, go ahead and check out fucking Peter's business over there at Fire Mission Battery. They got some really cool 3D prints and some awesome shit going on over there. And finally, if you got the raid emotes, feel free to drop those. Yeah, see, chat's not scrolling. Feel free to drop those in chat on over there. And let them know that we say, we'll show some love from us here at the Apothecary. You guys know the thing. I've been Rusty. These have been my friends. You all been awesome, and I'll see you next time. Bye.